It is time now for another edition of Sportsline on WMIC AM 660 95.3 FM. I am Eddie Fury, along with the true host of the show, Mike Gallagher of the Sanilac County News, sports reporter, sports writer extraordinaire. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Eddie. I'm back. I was sick last week, and I appreciate Paul and Scott filling in for me. And I know you might be saying, well, you got to be pretty sick to be doing a show like this in the first place.
Yeah.
But I was actually under the weather, not feeling great. So, but I did re-listen. I listened. It was nice because I got to listen to Sportsline. I don't listen to Sportsline because I don't want to hear myself talk.
Okay.
So I actually got to listen to Sportsline last week, and you guys did a great job.
Yeah, I really love those guys.
Oh,
I mean, they're great guests, and I like you too.
Right. Yeah. Well, I tried to make it in, and at the last moment I was like, I just can't do it, and I messaged both of those guys right away. They were on board, and I love them. Yeah,
I appreciate them carrying the show with us. But yes. We that was the plan anyways. So
yeah, for the playoff preview, because try and get all the teams covered. So
we do have a lot of high school football recap and playoff talk to talk about. In our immediate coverage here on Sanilac Broadcasting, we do have a team left, and that is the Deckerville Eagles. So we are going to, of course, cover that game coming up on Saturday. They won, escaping 27-26 over a very good Morris Orioles team. That was just a nail-biter there, and it was just a great entertaining game. Plus, Jonathan Bisher came from Wisconsin. He had some business to take care, and it was just great having him to do the game along with me and Jeremy Burgess. We all had a lot of fun there. And you took some great pictures there, and
thank you.
Great coverage, too, and recap.
Yeah. We talked about this off air. It's hard to do a three-man booth, and I was listening to you guys in the fourth quarter, and it was flawless. I mean, you guys weaved in and out, and, it was great. And, JB, he's awesome.
Yes.
His true career as a sports broadcaster, he just doesn't realize it yet. But, you guys did great. And
appreciate that.
Is Jonathan going to be joining you this Saturday?
I asked, but I said, how about up north, possibly, because he's in Wisconsin. He'll make a trip up there if we make it that far to the state championship. That's the hardest thing to do, is to get back to a state final. Well, Morris was trying to do that. Deckerville prevented them from doing that. So.
There was a couple years ago when Deckerville played Portland St. Patrick in the regional finals. It was you, me, JB, and Ben. We all took a road trip over to Portland, and that was a great afternoon. So maybe we can get JB on board with us this weekend.
We all drove together for that? Or we met up?
I was going on and on about how it was such a great weekend and how I really enjoyed myself and spending time with you guys, and you don't even remember.
Yeah, so
that's okay.
I'm making a Facebook post right now because I forgot to do it. So,
okay. If they don't know by now, then I guess that's on them.
So I'm curious. We will probably have one more Sportsline if our team survives.
As long as Deckerville keeps winning. I mean,
whether or not, regardless, win or lose, we'll still have another one because we got to have a recap on that. So
right. Yep. Yeah. And during the regular season, we really try and broaden things out and kind of cover all the teams in the, Big Thumb Conference, BWAC, and really try and get all the teams in. But as the playoffs begin, we kind of focus in on our own teams. And, Let's Talk Sports does wonderful coverage of Tuscola County, WLEW, and Clark Ramsey and Dave Hansen. They do a great job of Huron County, as well as, Paul and Tom. And so that kind of allows us to kind of focus our coverage in a little bit more on Deckerville and Brown City.
Yeah, and I see our coverage, the Deckerville Eagles Division II High School A player football Region 4 championship game is on the road. That's also on Saturday. 1:30 p.m. is the pregame. That will be live on WBGV 92.5 FM and streaming online at SaniLacBroadcasting.com. Myself and Jeremy Burgess will be covering that game live on the radio, so tune in for that and follow the coverage. That will be on 92.5 and, again, streaming online, SaniLacBroadcasting.com. You will be there as well.
I will be there. Yep, I'm looking forward to it. I love Saturday afternoon football games, especially this late in the season. Yeah. And, of course, I love covering Deckerville football.
Yeah, Deckerville Eagles will be playing at Britton Deerfield Patriots.
Yeah, and for those of you that are wondering where Britton Deerfield is, it appears to be southwest of Detroit.
Not too far from the Tecumseh area.
Yeah, and it appears to be a 2 hour and 45-minute trip for the Deckerville Eagles.
It's a nice long drive there.
Well, and obviously it was awesome having the home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs, but it's not like this team hasn't gone on the road before. They didn't last year. They had the home field advantage all the way through. But week 9, they went to Lincoln Alcona. As I mentioned before, the Portland St. Patrick game. After they won that game, we went all the way to Adrian Lenawee Christian.
Yeah. State semifinal there.
Yep. It's that's one of the good things. One of the nice things about Deckerville is they have the playoff experience. I don't think a long bus ride is really going to cause any issues, but
yeah.
And I'm sure the fans are going to show up. So
that was the year they did not. They lost in that state semifinal to a very good Adrian Lenawee Christian team.
An absolutely loaded, Adrian Lenawee Christian team.
But the year after, last year, we won the state championship game.
Yes,
so now this team. You talked about identity. You've talked about many times how this is a different look to a Deckerville football team. They got some pieces back, but for the most part, their own identity here now.
Right,
so,
and it's interesting to see how. The identity has had to change so late in the season.
Yes,
because that's something Coach Brown talked about at the beginning of the season when they opened up with that win against Bay City All Saints. That was kind of when it became this is our team.
Yeah.
The state championship, that's over with. They kind of had their own identity. And then, unfortunately, with the injury to Ian Flanagan, you kind of have to redevelop that identity.
Yeah.
You have a freshman quarterback starting, and, they go out and they beat Lincoln Alcona. And, the identity was, we're going to keep Brandon Solowitz on defense. We're going to have everybody go one way. And, in that Alcona game, Solowitz had one carry for 5 yards and a touchdown. I think what we saw Saturday is what the identity of this team needs to be, going forward.
Yeah.
Where, an advantage that Deckerville has is they have a lot of kids that are going one way. Now there are exceptions to that. Jesse Kubaki, Logan Shanks, and of course Brandon Solowitz. And he's earned that. And, he's going to be able to carry you to victories because he did it both offensively and defensively on Saturday.
Yeah.
But talking with Coach Brown, following the game, he did say, we got a little conservative in the second half there, which that's Deckerville football. You get a big lead, you score right before halftime, and then, you just chew clock. And 99% of the time it works out. But he did say, maybe I got a little bit too conservative. Maybe Cooper Brown does start throwing it around a little bit more. We'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into it more. But I couldn't believe Cooper Brown at quarterback on Saturday. That was...
No, I would say the team protected him really well.
Absolutely.
He had a couple of hard hits. He's a freshman, freshman quarterback here.
Right.
So they made that move, and he managed the game really well. He did what his strengths were at this point.
Right.
He's going to get better. Man, you throw him to the wolves to a beast like Morris Orioles, wow. And against that Morris Oriole defense, there were some big guys there. So we'll talk about it when we get there. Under a game we're going to talk about, too, when we get to the next hour, the K-Pac Chiefs. Look out for these guys. I told you, man, look out for them. Don't count them out. And, I didn't forget about you, Kingston. Don't ever misconstrue my quotes and cut it up in pieces. But I'm going to tell you, you look out for this K-Pac Chiefs team. They're hungry.
Oh, now you remember Kingston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I always did. Who interviewed the coach here on the freaking show? Huh?
Okay.
Who's covered more Kingston games during the Thumb Tailgater era?
Okay.
And you saying that, bro? Right here.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, the number one rule on the show, Eddie.
Kingston.
The number one rule on the show,
Eddie. I'm going
to
tell Kingston.
No bulletin board material.
I'm going to tell Kingston this.
You got to be very careful.
Don't forget about K-Pac.
There you go.
Don't forget about K-Pac.
There you go.
Oh, well, K-Pac comes in. They're down 38-8. You're at this game, and boom, they come back and got a big win over Brown City. Now, of course, when you lose Lawson Cooper in the first half.
Yep.
That was critical. We'll talk about that when we get that. But we got some other playoff action going on. Started last night. Monday, when we come back, we're going to talk some high school girls volleyball. We got some cross-country talk and other sports notes here on Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM. We'll be right back in just a moment.
From Kraft Chevrolet of Sandusky, here's service writer Mackenzie Eisler.
Hey everyone, winter is right around the corner, and if you're looking for a little more grip in the elements, GM is now offering a buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1, now through the end of November. This applies to almost all brands: Goodyear, Michelin, Kelly, Continental, General, and Pirelli tires. If we don't have your brand or size in stock, no worries. There's a good chance the special still applies. Also, the holidays are right around the corner. Service gift certificates are available today to use towards oil changes, tires, or even detailing services. Call the Graff Service Department at 810-648-9850 to schedule all your automotive service needs.
Are you sick and tired of the headaches that come with the big mobile carriers? Not in our neck of the woods. At Thumb Cellular, we keep things simple and local. With friendly, local customer care, you'll always talk to a neighbor, not a robot. Our no-hassle plans are easy to understand, and we have phones for every budget. Plus, you'll always enjoy amazing coverage and crystal clear call quality right here in the Thumb. And right now at Thumb Cellular, we're making it even better. Double your trade-in value with the purchase of a new device, or get a free smartphone when you activate a new line or upgrade. But hurry, these great deals will only be around for a limited time. So don't let those big mobile carriers give you a headache. Get the service you deserve right here in your hometown. Visit your local Thumb Cellular office in Bad Axe, Caro, Pigeon, or Sandusky today. Terms and conditions apply. Offers valid through 12/31/25. Thumb Cellular, your local and headache-free talk of the Thumb.
Can't wait to communicate with you on the talk of the Thumb Cellular.
Liberty Lanes and Sandusky salutes the area athletes for their accomplishments and academic achievements. On your way to or from the game, come on into Liberty Lanes for a pizza or one of the many tasty entrees on the menu. Enjoy their Friday fish specials and come back for the Sunday brunch. Liberty Lanes also has banquet facilities available. For information or to place an order to go, call 810-648-9860. That's 810-648-9860. Liberty Lanes, your family dining and bowling center in West Park, Sandusky, serving you for more than 40 years. You can find Liberty Lanes on Facebook.
Great internet isn't just about staying connected. It's about knowing knowledgeable, reliable support is there when you need it most. That's why ABS Broadband is proud to announce that we now offer 24-hour customer support 7 days a week. No AI, no chatbots, and no endless menus. Just real human help whenever you need it. With ABS Broadband, you get greater capability for everything you do online, from working at home or helping your kids with school to gaming and streaming your favorite shows. It's internet that works as hard as you do. At ABS Broadband, we keep it simple. No hidden fees, no deceptive introductory rates, just straightforward pricing and plans that fit your life. Find out what's available in your area at absbroadband.com/internet. That's absbroadband.com/internet. Or talk to our helpful sales team at 888-282-4932. ABS Broadband, keeping you connected to what matters most 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
All right, welcome back to the house party of Sportsline.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's high school girls volleyball. First round games happen on Monday, and results are here. I have a listing here I set up yesterday of our Blue Water Area Conference, the Big Thumb Conference teams in action. And it's really going to get going here tomorrow on Wednesday. Some games are going to be the following day on Thursday. That's got to be tough, back-to-back. And some, there is, I think, one on Friday. But in Division 2, District 58, Macomb Lutheran North, first round game had Armada defeat Almont. That went 5 sets. 3-2 the final score there. That means they won that game. That's what No, 3 versus 2 there. So Armada will take on Macomb Lutheran North tomorrow, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. This is taking place at Macomb Lutheran North. The other semifinal and that districts is Pontiac Notre Dame Prep versus Pontiac. Championship game is on Thursday. Division 2, District 59 at Mearsville High School had Algonac defeat Richmond 3-0. Wednesday will be Marine City versus Algonac and Marysville versus St. Clair on Wednesday nights. Thursday is a championship game. Division 2, District 60 at Carroll High School. Croswell Lexington defeats Carroll 3-0. Wednesday, it will be North Branch versus Yale and Emily City against Croswell Lexington. And let's talk a little about the Croswell Lexington Pioneer Girls. You're familiar with Emily City and North Branch. You've seen Croswell play against these teams yourself or not?
Not against Emily City or North Branch, no.
Okay. So North Branch just defeated Emily City last week, I believe.
Yeah, so this will actually be the North Branch and Emily City. They played each other during the regular season and then again in the BWAC tournament, and North Branch defeated them both times. Eddie, this district is absolutely loaded.
It is.
I mean,
yep.
Credit to Croslex. They played last night and they swept Carroll 25-18, 25-15, 25-15, and your reward for that is you get Emily City. And on the other side of the bracket, North Branch and Yale. I mean, that it's just the top. All of the top teams in the BWAC are in that district. You know, North Branch and Emily City are state ranked. You know, 2 of the top teams in the state in their division. But you know, talking to Coach Ryan Wilson from Croslex, he said, you know, they've had a lot of ups and downs this season. They've had to make a lot of changes with their roster and, you know, injuries and moving players around and such. But he said, you know, they're playing their best volleyball right now. And, yeah, maybe the odds are stacked against them, but he said the way that these girls are playing right now and the way that they've come together as a unit, they're not going to go out quietly. You know, they're gonna give Emily City a battle. Now, Croslex has the absolute toughest road to get to a district championship because, again, you had to play on Monday, and then you get Emily City. And if you were to beat Emily City, I would imagine, you know, no offense to Yale, but you would have North Branch in the finals. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's playoff time, and, you know, Coach Wilson, one of the best volleyball coaches we have in the area. And, you know, yes, ups and downs this season. I believe they finished just over 500. But he's got them playing great volleyball at the end of the season, and that's all you can ask for. So,
all right, and that's taking place at Carroll High School. So we have other Division 3. District 90 at Genesee High School had Burton Bentley defeat Burton Atherton. Why I mentioned that? It was 3-2 there because Millington is involved in that, and that'll be on Wednesday. Millington against Lakeville. Genesee will be up against Burton Bentley on Wednesday. Championship game on Friday. Was that changed at all yet?
No idea.
Okay. That's at Genesee High School. Division 3, District 91. We have Memphis High School hosting this. K-Pac defeating Kimball Landmark Academy 3-0. Sandusky defeats Memphis 3-0. Wednesday will be Brown City versus K-Pac and Marlette versus Sandusky. Any comments on that?
I love this district, Eddie. Obviously, with Marlette, Brown City, and Sandusky. Sandusky had to play last night. They defeated Memphis 25-23, 25-23, 25-17. First-year head coach Morgan Maschke there gets her first postseason win. But I think this district comes down to Brown City and Marlette. During the regular season, Brown City defeated Marlette both times. In conference play, the only losses Brown City had were to Ubley. You know, Brown City's won back-to-back district titles. Now, if you remember last year, Marlette was in the Division 4 district along with Deckerville and Pack, and they actually advanced to the finals before losing to Deckerville. So I love this district because there's a guaranteed – well, sorry, K-Pac is in there still.
Yeah.
But there's a guaranteed Sanilac County champion there. And, you know, not to take anything away from Sandusky, but I think this is either Brown City or Marlette. And, you know, as the old cliche goes, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. You know, they're both great programs. They're both great teams. And, you know, similar to Croslex, Brown City had to figure some things out. With the graduation of Ava Barnes at setter, they needed to figure out who was going to play that position. The graduation of Ashley Bender, who was going to play libero. And Marlette, same thing. They've made some changes. They've put senior Megan Bartz at libero after starting a different player at the beginning of the season. So just a great job by all these coaches, kind of taking things in stride and going with the flow. And I'm really excited for this district final.
All right, in Division 3, District 92 at Laker High School, Bad Axe defeated Harbor Beach last night 3-0. In the semifinals of the districts, it'll be Cass City Girls up against Unionville Seaboing and Elkton Pigeon Bayport Lakers against Bad Axe as well. Pretty good matchups here in this district as well.
Lots of good rivalry ones, too, And these teams, they've all seen each other. They're all in the same conference, same division, so... that'll be an interesting one.
Division 3, District 95 at New Lothrop High School. We have Chesaning defeating Montrose 3-0. Why I mentioned? Because now Chesaning will play Vassar on Wednesday, Reese against New Lothrop.
Okay.
And the district championship game will be on Thursday. Your Brown City District will be on Friday. So
yes, it will, at 6 o'clock in Memphis.
District 94, Division 3, St. Charles High School had Bay City All Saint Girls defeating Saginaw Arts and Sciences 3-0.
Okay.
All Saints will take on Hemlock, and the other bracket has Saginaw Valley Lutheran at St. Charles. Division 4, District 126 at Genesee Christian. One of our Big Thumb Conference teams went down to Burton St. Thomas More 3-2. That went 5 sets. So.
Okay.
We have District 128, Division 4 at Owen Gage High School. Akron Fairgrove went 5 sets against Caseville. The Vikings defeated Caseville 3-2.
Very
now
nice.
It'll be Owen Gage against Akron Fairgrove, and it'll be Ubley against North Huron as well.
Yeah, that's a fun district, but I think it's Ubley all the way. I mean, Owen Gage, great season by the Bulldogs, undefeated conference champions, but yes, that's all Ubley.
And Division 4, District 127 at Mayville High School. Kingston defeated Carsonville Port Sanilac 3-0. Wednesday, it will be Dackerville up against Pack. Mayville against Kingston in the semifinals.
So, Eddie, Peck has been playing much better volleyball lately. They've actually won 3 of their last 4 or 4 of their last 5, I believe. And, come playoffs, you never know. Last season, we saw Peck win the Big Thumb Conference Blue Division title, and then Deckerville came back and beat them in the districts. I think, though, this district, Deckerville's a heavy favorite. They've earned that. They were undefeated in Big Thumb Conference Blue Division play. But I do think that semifinal might be interesting between Deckerville and Peck. And then Mayville-Kingston, I got nothing for you there.
Okay.
But, yeah, go Eagles, go Pirates.
Okay, that does it for this first portion of Sportsline. We'll be back after your 6 o'clock hour.
Keep your radio locked on the Thumb's information station, 660 WMIC AM Sandusky and 95.3 FM W237EQ Sandusky.
And welcome back to Sportsline on WMIC AM 660, or actually 95.3 FM now with the time change and it gets darker. Our AM station powers down, but hey, we got 95.3 FM. We stream online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. The podcast replay will be posted later tonight or by tomorrow morning as well for Tuesday Thumb Sportsline. We will have a Thumb Sportsline next week and maybe longer. We'll see what our teams do. We talked about high school girls volleyball. There's some other sports notes we'd like to get in here. Cross country just had their events.
Eddie, we're going to be doing Sportsline all the way into basketball season. So you could say we're going to do one next week, and no, I don't know if we're going to do another one after that. We're riding this thing all the way through until April because I love you. So, the MHSAA cross-country state finals were this Saturday.
Yeah.
I guess so, geez.
Okay, go ahead.
At Michigan International Speedway.
Yeah.
And Sanilac County had 7 kids running in 3 different divisions. Carson Burgess from Brown City, a senior, he wrapped up an incredible career by finishing 5th overall in Division 4. He had a personal best time of 15:58.8, which is the first time he ran in under 16 minutes.
It's pretty fast.
It's very fast, yes.
Yeah.
It was his 4th appearance at the cross-country state finals. As a freshman, he finished 100th. In 100th sounds, okay, not that great, but this is out of 200 to 300 runners. That's not bad for a freshman.
Middle of the pack for a freshman.
As a sophomore, he was 30th, and then last season he was 19th overall. In addition to setting a new personal best time, Burgess also tied Brown City's cross-country record with Matt Proctor, which was set in 2009. I had the opportunity to catch up with Carson on Monday. Mm-hmm. Awesome kid, great interview, and his story will be in the paper tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Yeah. So
Sanilac County News tomorrow, Wednesday edition. Get it.
The story is meh, but the quotes from Carson were great. He's a great kid.
He made the story.
Yes, exactly. It's easy to write a story when you got good quotes. One thing we talked about during the interview was he's, for all 4 years of his high school career, he's been competing with Brody Karg from Harbor Beach, just an uber talented kid. He finished runner-up at the state finals. I believe he set a PR as well, so he broke his own school record. But as for Sanilac County, in Division II, Croslex had 2 runners. Connor Pepin, he finished 205th overall with a time of 17:32.7. And sophomore Madeline Barkley was 161st with a time of 20:46.7. Head coach Lisa Shaw, said that Connor had been making improvements every single week, breaking his season records, breaking his PRs. Unfortunately, he was a little bit sick the last couple of weeks, but he was still able to earn first-team all-conference in the BWAC. He was able to qualify for the state finals, and he was able to race at the state finals for the second time in his career. As for Madeline Barkley, huge improvement. This was her second time at the state finals as well. She has a very bright future ahead of her with the Pioneers and working with Coach Shaw. In Division III.
By the way, Pioneers put out good runners year after year. Under Coach Shaw.
And I don't.
It's a good program.
I don't want to plug the Sanilac County News or my writing, but this was probably about a month ago, I wrote a little story about how many Croslex girls runners are currently competing at the collegiate level, because of Coach Shaw. They had a great run there where they won back-to-back regional titles. The first regional title, every single girl that in the scoring went on to run collegiately. And I would like to try and rattle off all the names in the colleges, but I know I'll forget somebody, so I won't do that. But it was a very impressive list of runners that she has sent to the college level, and a lot of them compete in both cross country and track. I will say one of them is at SC4 currently, Bryn Hurley. That's a fairly new program there at SC4,
yes.
And she is just doing fantastic there. Obviously, Eva Thompson at Central Michigan, that's huge. Morgan Newton at Ferris State. Again, I said I wasn't going to do this because I would forget some people, so I'll just leave it there.
Okay.
But you can
find that in the Sanilac County News, right?
Yes. Yep.
Past editions.
You can check that out. The past editions. Again, not a great story, but Coach Shaw, she made it a good story because of all the success that she's had, and her college or her high school runners have had.
Yeah.
In Division III, Sage Palmer, the freshman sensation from Sandusky, she finished 48th overall with a time of 19:55.60. Head coach Aaron Seiferlein said she broke 20 minutes for the first time, and this achievement, this was a quote from Coach Seiferlein, "This achievement was despite a slow start. She was boxed in early and was only in 76th place at the mile, but ran a steady second mile, moving up to 60th place. She had then advanced to 50th place by the end of the third mile and sprinted past 2 more runners in the final 200 meters. Sage's time was the 9th fastest in her grade at Division III states and was the 6th fastest time in school history," which when you talk about the Sandusky cross-country program, if you're breaking into the top 10 and, inching closer to the top 5, you're in great company there.
And what grade is she in?
She is a freshman.
Okay.
So.
Well, man, a lot of room to grow there.
Yes, and in Division 4, along with Carson Burgess, fellow senior Madison Prowse from Brown City, she finished 105th overall with a time of 21:58.60. Last year as a junior, she missed she missed qualifying for the state finals by 1 place at regionals. So very awesome for her to have that opportunity to run at the state finals. And then from Marlette, Braden Kirkpatrick, he finished 141st with a time of 18:21.70. He is only a sophomore, so you can expect to see him back, I'm sure. And Nino Perna from Marlette, he was a senior. He set a personal best time of 17:05.5, placing 45th overall. So great year of cross country for Sanilac County.
Yeah.
Great to see Carson have the success that he has. I don't want to say that he's been overshadowed, but he has been in the same conference as Brody Karg for all 4 seasons, and it's tough, when you're getting second place for a lot of your races. So for him to be able to finish on the podium, finishing 5th overall, just fantastic. And I'm really happy for him because he seems like a great kid.
So cross country seems pretty healthy in Sanilac County. So,
yes, absolutely.
And a word out to, there was some other Thumb area. One of the top runners, Brody Karg.
Of course, yep.
From Harbor Beach, was in the state finals.
Yep.
Where did he finish?
He was runner-up, yeah.
Runner-up?
He was runner-up, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
So, and that's up against over 300-plus runners?
Right,
yeah.
yes.
So.
And both Paul Adams and Scott Bolsby were at the state finals, so they will have complete coverage of their respective teams.
Yeah. In their publications
tomorrow.
In
their publications tomorrow, I would imagine.
And in Paul's on Thursday for the Huron County View.
Correct, yes.
Scott Bolsby tomorrow on Wednesday's edition. So, for Tuscola County Advertiser. So, yeah.
Yes.
All right, that's great. So that's wraps up cross country for the year, right? Does it?
I believe there's one more, like it's not a meet of champs, but it's like a champions of. I believe it. I don't know. There might be one more race, but this is
that was the state.
This is essentially it.
Yeah,
yes.
So
yes.
that was. So any other sports that are underway too? Is it just now volleyball and football for playoffs?
Just volleyball and football, I believe.
And that's the playoff season now. So
yes.
Okay. Any other sports notes you want to get out there?
Yeah, I did want to mention the Thumb Area Legion has released its 2025-26 roster.
We're talking hockey here.
Oh, I love the Legion, Eddie. One of my favorite teams to cover.
Okay.
Being the co-op that it is, joining these kids together. A lot of familiar names on the team this year.
Okay.
A couple of new names. I won't go through the whole roster. You can find that on the Thumb Area Legion Hockey Facebook page. There's a lot of great updates on there as well. But obviously, Peyton Bowerman will be back. He had a huge season last year.
Yeah.
Chase Talaski will be back. He's from Bad X.
Yeah.
Another fantastic player. Matthew Cummings will be back.
A lot of growth there, too.
Yes, absolutely.
From last season.
Yes. And Cy Beagle. I'm not sure if that's Coach Beagle's son, but if it is, he's probably going to be a pretty good hockey player, Eddie.
Okay.
But yeah, lots of familiar names, and they will open the season on Wednesday, November 12th.
Wow.
So that's
next week.
That's next week
That's
already.
next week, and that's an away game at the Tri-Valley Thunder, and that'll be at the Bay County Civic Arena on a Wednesday.
Yes, and if you're interested in catching the Legion, their first home game will be the following Wednesday, November 19th. They will be taking on Grand Blanc.
And that would be at the Colleen Howe Arena.
Yep.
At the Sanilac County 4-H Fairgrounds is where the ice rink is set up and ready to go for that.
Yep. And again, if you need any more information about the Legion or what they're up to, check out their Facebook page. Lots of great updates, a lot of great information. I don't think I'll be making the trip to the Tri-Valley Thunder game, or their second game is versus Lenawee United. So we were talking about them earlier, Adrian Lenawee Christian.
Yep.
Probably won't be making the trip to that one, so I'm looking forward to the home opener against Grand Blanc.
All right, and some of their games are on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and sometimes Sunday. I think that Sunday is the away game at Lenawee United. So
Yes, and running through the schedule real quick, yes, they have the Sunday game against Lenawee United. The other thing on the schedule for a Sunday is their supportive open skate. That'll be Sunday, January 25th. A fantastic event. I had the opportunity to go out and cover it last year. So happy to see that they're going to continue doing this. And yeah, Eddie, you know me. I love the Thumb Area Legion. And we'll just cover them until basketball season starts.
Yeah, we do that when we're doing our basketball recaps. We always include the Thumb Area Legion. Usually it'll be the first portion of our show.
Right.
And then we go into our basketball recap coverage, too, as well. So,
yep.
All right. And how do you feel about this team? Obviously, you have that many names and experience coming back.
Well, so the thing with the Thumb Area Legion is...
it's a co-op.
It's a co-op, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's not a ton of hockey teams, there's hockey teams around the state of Michigan. Yeah. A lot of them are bigger schools.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while. We're talking the Port Hurons, the Marysvilles, and
so
St.
they
Clairs.
do. They started. They joined a conference last year that seemed to help out. I just looking at the names that are coming back. They're going to have a couple of goaltenders back. Again, Bowerman was awesome last year. There's actually a Blake Bowerman on the team this year as well.
Okay.
Jackson Anthony from Cass City, I was talking to Scott Bolsby about him, and apparently he's got some great speed. And
they will be Division I, so. Right?
Will they? Okay.
They are? I'm just wondering because it's a co-op, it's such, different schools.
So once the postseason starts, they combine the enrollment to decide which division they're in.
Yeah.
Another name, Benjamin Meyer, one of the he's incredibly quick player on the ice. So I think, the goaltending, last year they had to replace Lauren Eager.
Yeah.
Probably...
pretty good goalie.
Probably the best goalie in Legion history. I think I can go out on a limb and say that. But last year it was kind of a rotating thing, trying to figure things out in net. And, with that experience under their belt, I think the goaltending will be better. And they got scorers on this team, Eddie. They got some speed. I think they could be in for a big season.
Okay, and I think I'm going to try to make that Armed Forces.
You should,
in January.
Is that's at home this year?
Yeah, that's at home this year.
Okay.
Against Tawas. So that's a good club to play against. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rival.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rival Tawas. You don't really have rivalries with teams that far away, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, so check that out. All right. We continue on here, and that is our sports notes of cross country and Thumb Area Legion hockey. Good luck. And they are playing next week. Next
Wednesday.
That's when their season starts. So good luck to them. Yeah. So a lot of sports about to really get into full gear here. Is that considered the winter sport?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so there. Yeah.
Now it does end, in the middle of February,
but
they do have they start fairly early. Yes.
Okay. We got that wrapped up. We got football talk coming your way here on Thumb Sports Line. We'll be right back.
Our forecast for the rest of this Tuesday, bright and sunny. High temperatures at about 60. And then for tonight, partly cloudy. Overnight lows 42 to 45. For Wednesday, cloudy, some rain developing. Highs 55 to 59. Sunshine returns on Thursday, but a little bit colder. Highs low 50s. For the WMIC and WTGV 24-hour Weather Center, I'm meteorologist John McMurray.
This is Denny King, the King of Cars, with More Motors Ford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Carroll. It's time for you to get more for your money with More Motors of Carroll, and that means big savings for you. Never pay more than sticker price when you shop More Motors of Carroll. A lot of dealers, especially the city dealers, mark up their inventory and charge people an arm and a leg. They call it a market adjustment. There's a reason your friends and neighbors have been driving to Carroll for more than 60 years. They can purchase the same Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram from More Motors of Carroll for thousands less. At More Motors Ford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Carroll, we value transparency, fair deals, and realistic trade offers. So come see me today, Denny King, the King of Cars, or any of our staff at More Motors of Carroll to be treated fairly and know you're getting the best deal possible. Come see why your friends and neighbors have been driving to More Motors of Carroll.
Hi, this is Steve Kohler from Kohler's Propane. It's that special time of year. The footballs are flying, there are fall festivals, and trips to the cider mills, and many school activities. We would like to thank the many volunteers who work hard to make these special times fun and safe. Whether it's working for a safe harvest, driving safely, and watching for the youngsters on our streets and sidewalks, please do your part to prevent an accident.
And this is Joni. Along with fall comes a reminder that cold weather is on the way. Now is the time to call Kohler's for that fall fill-up. We guarantee your price for 1 full year, offer free tank installation with keep full and budget plans available. For information, call us toll-free 800-572-2191 or visit our website, getkohlers.com.
For more information, call 1-800-572-2191. Kohler Propane in Brown City, Memphis, and Bad Axe. And remember,
nobody gives you gas like Kohler's.
Welcome back to Thumb Sports Line on WMIC 95.3 FM. All right, we had some Thumb Sports Line coverage area teams that we keep track of, the Blue Water Area Conference, and also in the Big Thumb Conference. In the Blue Water Area Conference, pretty good amount of teams made it to the first round of the playoffs. You can find the scoreboard, at least of the first round games, on our website at the Thumb Sports Line link. Check that out. Even the replays are posted there. That's also where the high school girls volleyball district playoff pair-ups are all bunched up with our coverage area teams in one spot there. A little bit easier to navigate. So in high school 11-player Division 5 in the Region 4 District 2 semifinals on Friday night, Frankenmuth defeated Yale 56-0. Yes, they shut them out, but Yale finishes the season at 5-5 overall. Quite an accomplishment, though, for Yale to get into the playoffs. Despite that.
Absolutely. Incredibly tough draw having to go up against Frankenmuth in the first round. But this is definitely a building block season for Yale. We had discussed on previous shows, they have a freshman playing quarterback, and, he had a great season. He stepped in and did great things. And just the fact that you get that postseason experience against a team like Frankenmuth, that's going to be extremely valuable moving forward. We talk about it every year. The BWAC is so incredibly tough, and now you've got a team like Yale that's starting to turn the corner, and they're going to have a stud quarterback, and things just get tougher in the Blue Water Area Conference.
It was a tough game for the Richmond Blue Devils, but they got it done once again over Armada in Division 5 of that bracket, defeating Armada 14-10. Armada finishes the season kind of disappointing here at 6-4. They made the playoffs, but they get bit by Richmond once again. Didn't help that it was Halloween. It's the Richmond Blue Devils,
Right.
So
yeah.
Logan Evans scoring the go-ahead touchdown with a run of 38. With a short run with 38 seconds remaining for Richmond.
Yeah.
Blue Devils prevent Armada from advancing, and now Richmond has the pleasure of taking on Frankenmuth.
Yeah, and after Richmond had scored with 38 seconds left, Armada actually drove down the field, and I believe they had it in the red zone.
Yep.
And, the Richmond defense was able to settle in finally on the final play of the game and come away with a stop. But when you look at the stats for Armada and Richmond, we give a lot of credit to Don Benetti and Hollister at wide receiver and, Evans, of course. But again, it's the Richmond defense. They took away what Armada wanted to do. Jackson Malberg, 11 carries, 32 yards. That's a recipe for success if you're Richmond. Now, Armada the starting quarterback was 12 of 19, 140 yards. And we know that Armada has the ability to pass, but we also know that they would rather Jackson Malberg run for 250 yards and 5 touchdowns. As for Richmond, their chances against Frankenmuth, I'm not going to count them out.
Yeah.
Again, tough draw.
Yeah.
But at this point in the postseason, you're going to be playing tough teams.
By the way, for the Richmond defense, you mentioned them. They had a takeaway in the passing game. They had an interception and a takeaway.
Yes, yep.
In that game against Armada. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's in terms of this rivalry, for the Little Brown Jug or for the Jug or whatever they play for. I mean, this has got to be one of the more, the highest stakes game between these two rivals, and I'm glad that it lived up to the hype because it sounds like it was just a fantastic game. Okay, and we have another Blue Water Area Conference team moving on. It's the Almont Raiders, still undefeated, defeating Clintondale on Friday night, 42-12. Almont opened a 42-6 halftime lead before finishing with a 42-12 victory over Clintondale. Senior Matthew Boholsky, a shout-out also to Boholsky's father for sending this, Jeffrey Boholsky for sending these stats continuously to me. He opened the scoring with a 26-yard touchdown run, finishing with 3 carries at 40 yards. Junior Shepard Musio finishing 2 rushing touchdowns, a 5-yarder and 1-yarder. Senior Dante DeSano, 6 carries, 49 yards, including a 31-yard touchdown run. Junior Brody Cornell, yeah, he is a junior. He'll be back. He carried the ball for 5 times, 45 yards. Sophomore Kyle Sullivan added 3 carries, 26 yards. And junior Blake Lane, this is a lot of these Elmont players coming back next year, so they're going to be tough. It's a scary thought, isn't it?
Yeah, junior Blake Lane completed 3 of 6 passes for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns, a 7-yarder to Nick Vigiletti and a 50-yarder to Cornell. Also, Matthew Boholsky added an interception to the Raiders' defensive effort in the win over Clintondale. Undefeated, BWAC champs, and now they have Marine City, man. Another classic BWAC MAC showdown. Marine City defeated Clawson 52-7. Lincoln Ulsterland had 84 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and 4 carries to lead Marine City to a 73 record. Also 2 of 4 for passing for 50 yards and a touchdown. Marine City, according to the report from the Port Huron Times-Herald.
Thank you, Brendan Welper.
Yep. Who won their 60th postseason playoff game in program history as they go up against Almont. This will be on the road at Almont because of the better point playoff record. They're undefeated too. So
that's going to be in Almont.
That will be in Almont, and they are 10-0 overall.
Yeah, and looking at Clintondale, obviously when you're the number 1 seed in the district, you don't always get the toughest matchup in the first round. And looking at Clintondale's schedule, not really the best playoff team that you're going to find. They had lost to Marysville 62-8 in week 8 of the regular season. But still, you got to go out there and you have to take care of business and get up 42-6 at halftime, get the backups in, get the JV kids in, and get ready for Marine City. That Marine City stat, courtesy of Welper, that's incredible.
Yeah.
The pedigree of this Marine City program, and it all started with our buddy Coach Siskavich, with his time at Marine City, but
happens to be a second cousin of mine.
Yes. But that is just incredible. I did not realize that, and should be a heavyweight matchup there.
So I suspect this was probably Almont playing with maybe starting at half the field because of the rushing yards. Was just 208 rushing yards, 14 first downs as well. They had 272 total yards, so passing yards for Almont was 64. So I suspect maybe playing half the field at that point. Just a great display of Almont, and now they're taking on a powerhouse. But I think the BWAC has had the max number here for the last several years. So
Eddie, Marine City has played in 91 playoff games. I don't know what the record is for playoff games. The playoffs didn't start until about the 1970s.
Well, you were invited to that, but then by the 90s, you actually had a playoff bracket system.
Yes. So wow, just incredible.
And also looking back. With Almont, they played Marysville the first game of the regular season. And that was the MAC team they played, and they faced off against Marine City. I've covered the Marine City Almont games in the past as well, and it's I think it's been a while since they played each other. I'm kind of looking back here in history, and yeah, it's been since 2019, and Almont came out on top. They went to the state finals. I remember that game, losing to Lansing Catholic, and that's going back to 2019. They beat Marine City back then 22-20.
You know, it's almost a shame that this is a district final game, because both of these teams have the potential to, make state title runs. Yeah. And instead, one of them is going to be out after the second week of the playoffs.
And then in the previous meeting against Almont, that was in 2015. I remember covering that game, too. 10-3 was the final score with Almont coming out on top. Almont defeated them in 2014 as well, 35-7. Of course, those are different players,
yes.
Different situations at that point. But that's a little bit of history back in the 2000 era with Almont kind of having the edge on Marine City.
Yep.
So, yeah, good luck to both teams. I'm a big fan of Marine City, always had been. I used to go to the classic Marysville and Marine City games to see Coach when I was in my in the 90s all the way up until Coach Escavich was coaching. So, it's just having family out there in the stands. We get to say hi to him real quick. Saw the legendary Walt Brown coach against them, each other there. Yeah. So, it was pretty cool. So, all right, that is the Blue Water Area Conference. And we also will be talking about Division 7 and Division 8 as we have some teams in our immediate Thumb Sports Writers Association teams in action. We'll talk about those teams and recaps of that. You have anything else?
No. If you are looking for maybe a little bit more in-depth preview of Marine City Almont, check out Get Stuck on Sports. Okay. I'm sure they'll be doing that game this week. And, All
right. We'll be right back here on Thumb Sportsline. More football playoff recap talk when we come back on Thumb Sportsline.
Tackle those tough cutting jobs with steel products from your nearest Tri-County equipment location. Save $50 on the Steel MS 250/18 chainsaw. Buy the Steel MS 172 CE model for only $249. It comes with Steel easy to start and quick stop, diagnostic socket, and many other features. Tri-County equipment cuts the cost of cutting with the MSA 70 CB12 chainsaw, sale tagged at $399. And it comes with a free battery valued at $179.99. You can also save big on steel blowers. The BRX 800X Magnum is reduced $50 to $599. Many other specials too. Hurry, these deals good for a limited time only at your steel dealer. Tri-County Equipment in Sandusky, Marlette, Bad Axe, Carroll, Lapeer, Fenton, Burton, Reese, Birch Run, Saginaw, and Auburn Hills.
Tri-County Equipment.
Attention Windows users, if your computer is still running Windows 10, now is the time to take action. Microsoft has officially ended support for the Windows 10 operating system, which means no more security updates or patches. This leaves your personal data at risk from viruses, malware, and spyware. The solution? Upgrade to Windows 11, and the EBS Tech team is here to make the upgrade easy, seamless, and secure. Our qualified technicians will check your computer for compatibility, guide you through the process, and safely transfer all your files so nothing gets lost. And if it's time for a new PC, the EBS Tech team will help you find the perfect machine for your needs, and we'll make sure it's ready with Windows 11 right out of the box. Don't wait until it's too late. Visit the EBS Tech team in Pigeon or Sandusky, or give us a call today at 888-282-4943.
All right, more recaps here on Thumb Sports Line in the Thumb Sports Writers Association coverage area teams in Division 7 on Friday night. This was on Let's Talk Sports WIDL 92.1. It was the Elkton Pigeon Bayport Lakers taking down Cass City 17-0. Again, low-scoring affair, but defensive play here by the Lakers.
That's how Lakers has been winning all year,
They were able to keep Cass City off the board there, and they advanced to the district championship here against Ithaca, who defeated Saginaw Valley Lutheran 24-12. Quarterback Grant Buchholz was responsible for both touchdowns in the game, in their win over Cass City. Kind of disappointing here for Cass City, but the defense from Lakers got better and better, especially the teams they were playing against here.
Right.
At the end of the season, Millington and then Harbor Beach at the end of the season.
Well, and you have to give a lot of credit to Buchholz at quarterback, because all year we've been talking about Ben Lavasser at quarterback. Unfortunately, he was sidelined due to injury, so that's a great job by that kid coming in a big rivalry game, in a big moment, to be able to score 2 touchdowns. Yeah. And with Lakers, sometimes all you need is 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and you'll be fine. A little maybe not surprising, because Lakers defense had been superb all season. But I was expecting Cass City to do a little bit more offensively. But I mean, Lakers they're good, Eddie.
Yeah, defensively, and according to the report from the Huron Daily Tribune, Tom Green, they did have opportunities. They were in the red zone. They had 2 red zone drives, according to Cass City head coach Scott Cottrell, but from the report from the Huron Daily Tribune. But he said that penalties and the third and long situations made things a little bit tougher. And with a good Laker defense, they can stop those third down and longs and just cause trouble. And they had some looks, able to move the ball, and then they went to a spread formation at times, which is, kind of unusual for a Cass City team.
Absolutely.
But defense, it was Laker defense throughout the whole season. They've had some low-scoring games there, even against Harbor Beach, despite their loss. But also, I saw special teams. I heard there was a special teams kick there, a 40-yard field goal. Lucas Wayner, I love that.
Love to see it. Yep.
Lakers led 3-0 at the half. They wanted points to the board when you're a low-scoring team.
Yeah,
man, Coach Lavasser there pulling that out, and that that's a heck of a move there. But Lakers in the third quarter, quarterback Grant Buchholz found a wide receiver, Kaden Karavu. 14-yard score. Lakers led 10-0 after the third quarter. Got to feel good here, and you're keeping Cass City out of that red zone. Buchholz was able to find the end zone in the fourth quarter, 1 yard out, and had the Lakers shut out Cass City 17-0 and making their stops. Lakers advanced to the Division 7 District Final, where they will host Ithaca, the legendary Ithaca. And that'll be for the Division 7 Region 2 District 2 Championship game. And I believe that will be a Saturday game, according to my report here. By the way, that Elmont Marine City game is a Friday night game.
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah.
And, obviously Ithaca, a storied program, maybe not to the same extent as, when they were winning state championships every single year and going undefeated and all that. But when you look at their schedule, currently they have 3 losses. The first loss was to Saginaw Valley Lutheran, 23-22. Saginaw Valley Lutheran finished the season undefeated. Ithaca beats them in the first round of the playoffs. Their other loss, Fowler, 48-28. Fowler, one of the top teams in the state. They were the team that defeated Harbor Beach last year in the Division 8 playoffs. And then their final loss actually came in Week 9 against Beale City, another state championship contender in Division 8, 39-8. So while this Ithaca team might not have the same record as these teams of the past, they're battle tested. They beat Saginaw MLS in Week 3, 42-40. But defense is going to win you games, Eddie.
Yeah.
And Lakers has been playing defense.
Despite those losses they've had, yeah, they have the defense, and those games were low scoring.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and looking at the Cass City side of things, you mentioned that they kind of went to a spread offense, and I think similar to what we saw in the Deckerville-Morris game, where the Deckerville defense was not allowing Morris to run the ball. Mm-hmm. So in the second half, boom, you spread it out, you throw it.
Shotgun, yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
And it worked. But for Cass City, it's kind of the opposite, where when Cass City's playing at its best, it's when it's running the wing T offense.
Power football, down your throat.
And they're very good at doing it, and they did it very well this season, which just gives, even more credit to Lakers and what they were able to do defensively.
Okay, so good luck to the Lakers. That'll be a Saturday afternoon game, and they are hosting that game? No, they're on the road at Ithaca, aren't they? Or wait, I got to look at that. No, it's Ithaca traveling to Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why, it's quite a distance for them to travel. So
right.
The playoff points was in Lakers' favor there. So
Okay.
all right, another team that's Division 7 in our coverage area. We'll take a look at another team in action at Division 7, Region 4, District 2. It was Millington defeating Burton Bendel 49-0. They will take on Rochester Hills Lutheran Northwest, who defeated Detroit Community 42-14. So I know that Millington and Lakers are on the far side, opposite brackets. And
Right.
if it should happen, they should meet up. But
That'd be cool.
Yeah, kind of very cool.
A little context for that final score. Obviously, 49-0, incredibly impressive. That was done in just 2 quarters. That game was called at halftime. We can maybe get a little bit more information about that from Scott Bolsby, but apparently Burton Bendel did not want. They decided that they were not going to play the second half.
Yeah.
And again, Millington. They had a great season. They earned a first-round matchup against a team that had a good season but didn't really play the toughest competition, playing in the Genesee Athletic Conference. They lost to Sandusky 28-20. So, great job by Millington. That district lines up really well for them. Who did you say they have up next?
Up next, they have Rochester Hills. This will be a tough one. Rochester
Hills Lutheran Northwest. Okay.
Yeah. So in that game for Millington, they led 35-0 after the first quarter. They scored 14 more in the second. That's when the game was called there for the most part. Layden DeLong, a 54-yard pass from Garrett Woodward to make it 6-0. They got the PAT kick from Lane Showens, or is it Shanes? 7-0. Garrett Woodward with a 10-yard rush for Millington, making it 13-0. The PAT kick was good. Drake Terwilliger, a 9-yard TD rush, 20-0. PAT kick good, 21-0. Layden DeLong, a 70-yard TD run. And practically Millington was running away at this point, 27-0. The kick was good, making it 28-0. Layden DeLong, he says, why not? I'll do another 7-yarder with a punt return this time in special teams. By then it was 35-0 at the end of the first quarter there. So Max Persales with a 6-yard TD rush, 41-0, and the PAT kick good. Logan Myers for Millington, 3-yard rush, and 48-0, but the PAT kick was good at 49-0. So, yeah, the game was called pretty much at that point. Have you ever seen that? 8-player, any a playoff?
There was
call off game off?
So a couple seasons ago, Peck played Ashley in the first round of the playoffs. They actually matched up together week 9, and Ashley beat Peck. And then the next week, Ashley had to come back to Peck. And Ashley, I believe, had 8 players or 9 players. And due to injuries, they had to forfeit at halftime after just beating Peck the week before. 11-player, I'm not sure, especially – you see sometimes they'll do like an obviously the running clock or shortened quarters or whatever, but I can't say that I've seen that in a playoff game before.
Yeah, 18 rushes for Millington in their win with 203 yards and just a game of play there. 3 receptions for 82 yards for Millington. So good luck to Millington as they will take on a tough team there. That should be a Friday. I'm going to check that for sure here. That will be at Millington Friday night, 7 p.m.
Okay.
So good luck to them. Defending state champions, but again, this is a whole new, like you said, we talk about identities, a whole new look to this team at this point. So
yeah, and Eddie, the only thing I know about Rochester Hills Lutheran Northwest was that in 2011 they defeated the Peck Pirates 41-22, and this was despite the Peck Pirates holding the Crusaders to negative rushing yards.
So it's all passing?
Yes. Over 400 passing yards.
Wow. A good run defense, but they couldn't defend the pass, huh?
Yeah, I did all I could, Eddie. I did all I could.
All right. So, again, there you go on that. We still have USA to talk about. That's Division 8 play. Okay. Harbor Beach and 8-player football with Brown City, Deckerville recaps, USA and Harbor Beach recaps as well.
And Scott Bolsby will be joining us after the 7 o'clock hour to talk about Kingston and K-Pac, Kingston and Bay City All Saints, and just general conversation with Scott. So
again, good luck to the Lakers and Millington. Millington taking on Rochester Hills Lutheran Northwest Friday night in the Region 4 District 2 Championship game in Division 7. That's Friday night, November 7th, 7 p.m. Lakers playing Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m., November 8th, in the Division 7 Region 2 District 2 Championship game. Marine City is at Almont in Friday night, 7 p.m., Division 6 Region 4 District 2 Championship game. Richmond at Frankenmuth in Division 5 Region 4 District 2 Championship game Friday night, Richmond at Frankenmuth. Good luck to them. And coming up, we'll talk Division 8 football, USA, and the Harbor Beach games here on Thumb Sportsline. We'll be back. And 8-player football. Yeah, 8-player football.
Weather. This is AM 660, WMIC Sandusky, and 95.3 FM, W237EQ, Sandusky.
Welcome back to Thumb Sports Line on WMIC 95.3 FM and streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. A reminder, our game of the week, it's high school 8-player football, and we will be covering the Deckerville Eagles on the road at Britton Deerfield. That will be Saturday afternoon, and that will be 1:30 p.m. for the pregame show on WBGV 92.5 FM and streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com for the pregame at 1:30 p.m., kickoff at 2 p.m. at Britton Deerfield. That'll be Saturday afternoon. So check that out. Tune in, listen in. You can hear us even out of our radio listening coverage area by streaming it online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. All right, we have Division 8 to talk about. Region 2, District 2 championship game had the Unionville Seaboing Patriots moving on to the next round. And they had a good win against Genesee, 64-14. By the way, Scott Bolsby on the line with us here from the Tuscola County Advertiser and WIDO 92.1 FM. Let's talk sports. Scotty, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. Just thought I'd call you guys and see if I could get myself another game-used football this year from the Kingston Cardinals.
Oh, so. You want another? I was going to ask you the advice on how I can get one, because apparently you sent me a clip that's me on their speaker. So yeah,
they apparently they owe you some kind of kickback at least for rights of using your voice. I
know they do that all in good fun, by the way. So yeah. So,
they do. I text Coach Hartzell about it, and he just said they love you guys, and it's obviously just motivation. And I mean, whatever, if it works for them, again, I always say more credit to them. I'll gladly grow at the end of the day.
Yeah. And by the way, Mike Gallagher's here with us after his...
Yeah, I just don't want to say anything about Kingston. I'm not trying to get any bulletin board material.
They need it.
I'm talking to two guys that have been on the receiving end of it, so...
Is Ben making a pick tonight? Because I know...
No, we're all done with picks. Eddie won.
Okay, because last time they played Kingston and K-Pac, I know Ben went against them, and...
hey, he did.
So
I got
bulletin board material.
Yeah, I got blasted by Coach Brown live on the air for picking Kingston over Deckerville. So,
yeah. Well, you deserve that.
All right. So I'm going to go into the Unionville Seaboing Patriots win over Genesee. First time in 9 years, excluding that COVID year, right? The Patriots hosted a playoff game, and man, were they pumped up. 6 different Patriots finding the end zone, 64-14 to beat Genesee Wolves for USA head coach Josh Hahn. What a great win for USA to get in the playoffs. We knew, we knew they were going to have a lot of great players coming back from last year, and that's translated to a playoff win. Of course, they won against a pretty big juggernaut of Harbor Beach in that league, in the Black Division League there. But, hey, they made the playoffs. Now they get another crack at Harbor Beach. They've already played them once. Maybe they can learn a little bit what they need to fix in that game. Scotty, great win for the Patriots, but, you have the task to take on a very great Harbor Beach team who is getting healthy now at the right time.
Yeah, and in the Advertiser tomorrow, I did my predictions for the last 3 games, and I said in my the first couple lines, I said, I decided to get bold and put out predictions with scores, and I'm sure this is only going to be met with positive criticism or positive reaction. So I don't think I'm going to have a lot of good, I don't think I'm going to have a lot of fans left up at USA after this week's predictions come out because I picked Harbor Beach big in that game. I just feel like, they met them earlier in the year in the regular season, and Harbor Beach rolled. It's tough to come back around and beat another team again, but when you're Harbor Beach, and I was asking you guys or asking the group there, I was just wondering what Harbor Beach's home record was in the playoffs because I'm sure it's darn good, and it's hard to beat Harbor Beach up there, especially it's hard to go into their playground basically and try to compete with them, go toe to toe with them. But to do it twice in 1 year, you're just kind of it's a David versus Goliath match, and I really think it was a great weekend for USA fans. The Patriots get their first home game in what was like a dozen years or something like that. So it's been a while. So that they were able to celebrate that Friday night, get a big one over Genesee, get everybody involved. You can never count out a team because anything can happen in the postseason. Any kind of crazy things could happen, but it's going to be tough for USA. I picked Harbor Beach big in the game. I just think Harbor Beach is firing on all cylinders right now. I think that Millington win really motivated them, really put some confidence. Any little confidence that they were lacking, I think that completely filled the meter for them going into the postseason. And I think they're really hungry to get back and play Beale City, especially at home. And I think that's going to be a lot of motivation for them. But again, this is a USA team coached by a bunch of guys that were on some state championship squads. They know what it takes to win. And I'm sure those seniors won't go out without a fight, but I think it's going to be just too much Harbor Beach, and I think they're just good on all sides of the ball right now. And like I said, they're looking to continue this run in the postseason.
Scott, we already kind of talked about the Cass City Lakers game before we brought you on, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on this Laker defense and what they were able to do to Cass City, a team that had been playing so well throughout the end of the regular season. We saw, Lakers kind of limit Harbor Beach, 20 points. That's, I would say, limiting Harbor Beach. But what did you see in that game last week? Because I know that was your game of the week, Lakers, Cass City.
Yeah, I was surprised. I knew it was going to be tough for Cass City. I knew it was going to be a battle. Anybody that told you differently was obviously crazy because this is always a good battle between the two squads, and we knew Laker only got better throughout the season. Now, obviously, they were without Lavasser at quarterback, but I really liked what, I apologize, forgot his name off the top of my head. Buchholz, yeah. He stepped in, and, he did a phenomenal job running that offense. He didn't really have to throw the ball. He was throwing it up a couple times, but he did a great job of, he's a nice option to run the ball as well. He was making plays with his feet, making plays with his arm. And then, shout out to one that really stuck out in my mind was Caden Caribou. That kid, he's so long that anytime Cass City's quarterback, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on everybody's name right now.
Dorland.
Hang on. Dorland,
yep.
Preston Dorland, tried to hit the edge a couple times, and Caribou would just chase him down, reach his arms out, and and it happened not only with the quarterback, but with the running backs too. But he was really good on defense. Really impressed me. They looked good all around. And when Cass City went down, I believe it was 10-0, and they gave up the ball. I said, they're they're running out of time because
Right.
Cass City, as you know, they're slow, methodical drives. They do a great job of it. They really grind it down. And when you're down in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go and you're down by multiple scores, it's tough to get back into it. And Laker looked really good on defense. And again, the offense, I wasn't sure what to expect with Lavasser down, but I really liked what Buchholz did, and I really liked this Christian Sanchez kid. He's just grinding it out, just getting, touches, carrying the ball. Then he broke off an 86-yard run to really set them up for the, I believe it was the second touchdown of the night, or maybe it was the third, or their, second or first, because they kicked a field goal. Shout out to Wayner, kicking a 40-yard field goal as they closed out the first half. Absolutely amazing. Me and Jonathan Bishop did the game together, which, shout out to JV, did a phenomenal job stepping right back in, just like old times, him back in the thumb. But, we were talking when they took the timeout with 1 second left, and he goes, I think you just take a shot to the end zone. I said, unless they have a kicker. He goes, oh, wait, they do.
Yeah.
It's Wayner. And next thing you know, you see Wayner jotting out in the field, and he's lining up for the kick. And he goes, this is going to be like a 40-yarder. And sure enough, he nails it. He had about enough for a 45, 50-yarder behind his leg. So that was the first real, I guess, domino to fall, is they took that motivation at halftime, knowing that they could stop Cass City. And, I think that the ends looked really good. They shut down a lot. They're just a very athletic team at Laker, and they figured out stuff as the season went on. So kudos to them, and they're just a tough loss for Cass City. But I don't know what Ithaca has. Valley Lutheran looked good when I saw them against USA, but Laker at home, it's tough. It's going to be tough for Ithaca to come in here, and we know how they can react to thumb area teams as of late. So I don't count out Laker just because big bad Ithaca is coming to town.
Right. Another thing that we touched on earlier in the show, I'm just curious if you got any more clarification on the Millington and Burton Bendel game that was called at halftime. Was there ever an official reason for that, or?
No.
Okay.
From what I got a text from assistant coach Lenny Vantine after the game, and he goes, I've never in my life witnessed what I saw tonight. They just literally quit before half. They told us they weren't coming out for the second half, so we just ended the game.
Wow.
And then Millington, I believe, it was what I read on Facebook, joined the band, and they kind of did like a performance at halftime for Halloween. So they got to enjoy themselves for the second half of the game for the most part and celebrate the win. And, it was just a really bizarre. The first thing we got, and I announced on the air, was that the officials called the game due to Burton Bendel having too many personal foul calls.
Mm-hmm.
So I announced that this was via Christian Zalik. So I took his word for it. And he goes, "Oh wait, no, we're getting we're getting more information now. We're hearing that they, Burton Bendel is saying we're done." And he goes, "So the game's over." And that was all I've heard. And a couple people have asked me. They said, "What did you hear?" And I said, "All I've heard is they quit." So I mean, it's obviously tough when you're down 49, 46 nothing.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of teams quit though at halftime, and I don't know what the real reason was behind it, if there was one, but from what I've heard, it was just they waved the white flag at halftime, and it's kind of a weird way to end the game. But so be it. Millington's now moving on.
So what we really want to talk to you about tonight. We were going to have Coach Hartzell on to discuss the win over Bay City All Saints. Unfortunately, he lost his voice during the game.
He did.
So that tells you just how intense of a game it was. Did you have an opportunity to catch up with him at all? And what's your take on the win against Bay City All Saints?
I got the same response you did. I texted him yesterday, and he said, I said, "Hey, you available for a quick phone interview?" He said, I will say that there is a slight issue with my voice. Hopefully I will get it back tomorrow. I really can't talk at all right now, laughing face. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just email you questions. I didn't end up needing to use any kind of quotes from him, but he said that would have been perfect. So he was more worried what they were going to do about practice, and he's going to have to relay his messages.
Well,
I don't know.
He's got a great staff there that can help him out, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't know if he was sick or if it was from the game, but I'm glad to know it was just from the game because, you don't obviously want to get sick, going into the regional championship game. But I was not able to talk to him. But from what I was looking at, it was just another just a phenomenal game. All Saints, we knew going into it. I think I might have said it last week. I said this is no joke. Like, All Saints is a good team. They almost knocked Deckerville off in the first week, and then gave up 14 unanswered to Deckerville, and they fall 14-13 or 15-14 or whatever it was. But still, it was it was a good battle for All Saints to open the season, and it's funny. It's funny how All Saints is they're going to lose a lot going in after this year with Wetters and Williams, and then with the whole break off in the Bay City Academy. Now they're going to lose some players too. So I don't know what the future looks like for All Saints, but they went out in a blaze of glory. They didn't go down without swinging, and that was from what Hartzell said in the email, and I'm sure you got that too, Mike. He just said we dug deep for that win. I told the boys they had to dig deep for that win, and that's a gutsy win, and hopefully that just hardens them for the rest of the postseason and gets them ready for some even tougher opponents.
Well, and I think the most impressive thing about the win, all season we've talked about, All Saints has this 4-year starter at quarterback. They've got Bo Williams. They've got all these different offensive weapons, similar to Kingston, where they can spread things out offensively and do a lot of different things. But for Kingston to hold Bay City All Saints to just 14 points, I think that says a lot about Kingston's defense.
Yeah, they held Wetters passing wise for 67 yards and a touchdown, but rushing for 59 yards too.
Those have got to be season lows for him, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so too. And every week that Hartzell sends me stats, if you look them over, it just gives nothing but props to his defensive coordinator, Kenny Pierce.
Right.
He also gives shout out to Zach Cady, who's come on to the with the team this year on the coaching staff and has done a great job with them. So just the defense has been huge for them this year. Tanner James, it's when you look at the defense, it's really spread out. You have a lot of guys that get in on tackling, and in an 8-player game, like if you can get everybody on the field getting involved, like that's huge to get everybody to know how to tackle and to be able to tackle, because obviously if you can't tackle in 8-player football, you miss one tackle and that person's gone. And being able to have tackles all over the field, and the defense just continuing to do what they've been doing is just phenomenal. And shout out to Kenny Pierce and Zach Cady and the entire coaching staff over there. They've just we weren't sure what to expect this year with them after losing some really, really phenomenal coaches stepping down last year. And then this new regime comes in, and they've really just picked it up and continued on and doing what Kingston's been doing for the last, decade, 5 to 10 years of how successful they've been. So, it's credit to Coach Hartzell and coming in, and I think a big part of it, real quick, since I just talked to him the other day, was Aaron Van Horn. While he was home, he stopped in and talked to the team.
Nice.
He gave them some tips and talked, not worked with them, but kind of chatted with them, and so you can take some information from a college or the Division I, Big Ten, defensive-minded coach. I'm sure that helps you out during the season.
Yeah, and he's the linebackers coach at Washington?
He is, the outside linebackers. He says depends on the scheme that they run, but he says, they at that time, he goes, so you could, at one point he can call me outside linebackers coach, another point I'm the defensive ends coach. So I kind of work with a little bit of everything there. So
So your game of the week this week will be
real quick, back to the All Saints game. They did have some missed opportunities against Kingston because it was tied up 14-14 in the fourth quarter. Yeah. But Kingston saw Tanner James break away for a long touchdown run to make it 22-14. All Saints did drive to the red zone, I believe, a potential game-time score, but it was a fumble They fumbled the ball away at the 4-yard line with 3:53 to go. So you know what Kingston does? They can grind that clock.
Right.
They, chunk yardage is what they're doing with 3 or 4 different running backs in the backfield, including the quarterback. That's 5 different running backs in the backfield potentially here for Kingston. So they did get the ball back near midfield, but couldn't come up with a good drive. They stalled out at the Kingston 39 with 1:20 on the clock as well. So Kingston just a success getting this win over the Bay City All-Saints, but you said they're losing a lot there.
Yeah.
Bo Williams, he hauled in 4 receptions for 52 yards in the game, but he also had some season lows against this Kingston defense. Low scoring affair here. A credit to Kingston getting this win. According to the info from Coach Hartzell, 55 carries for Kingston, 337 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That'll do it.
Passing just 33 yards and a touchdown. That's all you need if you're 1 for 2. 370 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nick Cummings, we talked about him. He's been one of the leading backs here in the backfield. 29 carries, 135 yards and a touchdown. Really utilized Tanner James on the run game. 13 carries, 126 yards, a TD and a 2-point conversion. Colin Corliss, 10 carries, 66 yards. Nick Rayo, unsung hero, who kind of took a background role here by being one of the lead blockers. 3 carries, 10 yards in this game. So the receiving, Peyton Harrington, a catch, 33 yards, 1 touchdown. They have a lot of weapons on this team that the K-Pac Chiefs are going to have to deal with here, Scotty.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, I know Mike's a big fan of him, but shout out to Peyton Harrington. He's just been so efficient this year. 1 catch, 33 yards, and a score. I really hope that they continue to go to him. I think he could be huge for them down the stretch. Remind me again, who was Deckerville's big receiver last year?
Logan Martin.
Yep.
Yes. Didn't he catch a big touchdown in the championship game?
That would have been Salowitz.
Okay, so I apologize.
In the state final, yeah.
That's okay.
Yep, in the state final, yeah.
I was trying to find a comparison.
You're the Kingston guy. It's okay.
No, I was just trying to find a comparison where Peyton Harrington would be like for Deckerville was last year, I guess. He's a guy that they can go to, and he's very, confident in what he does, and he's just moving up the charts as far as touchdowns. As of right now, he will be in the MHSAA record books because I think the minimum amount is, 18. I think that's what he's at right now.
He is at 18, yes.
The most in a season is 27 by one. I think the kid was from Lawrence, back when Lawrence had a couple of really good squads there.
I could probably think of his name because I think he had 5 or 6 touchdowns against Peck in that state semifinal.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's just been a kind of one. I wouldn't say a secret weapon, but when they need to go to him, like he's just there. And he does a great job. Blocking. He does a great job catching. He does a great job on defense. So he's one of those kids to watch out for. In this week, as you said, Eddie, with K-Pac, they got a lot to handle. I know that, and you don't want to make excuses ever, but obviously Deckerville was down Ian Flanagan when K-Pac played him. And they were kind of just still trying to figure out some pieces where to put for Deckerville. And then last week, you lose one of your best players in Brown City. And, K-Pac, hey, they took advantage of it. They knew what they had to do, and they went out there and got the win. And, again, I know you don't make excuses, but, K-Pac, they were able to jump on it. And this week there's going to be plenty of places for the ball to go, and I think it's going to be really tough for K-Pac. I don't think a lot of people thought it was going to be, 42-0 the first time around. So I think it's going to be a little bit closer maybe this time. I think they've figured out some stuff, but I just don't see, Schneider going off for 5 touchdowns against this Kingston defense. So I think they're going to have to pack their lunch because it's going to be a long day for them in the trenches, just trying to make room for Schneider. But I think it's going to be a little bit tougher for K-Pac against this Kingston squad because they're healthy right now. They're rolling, and they're doing a great job of all sides of the ball, really. So
in this game, Brown City was leading 8-0 after the first quarter, 8-16. Kayleen Mulholland had a 9-yard TD. Lawson Cooper, 2-point run was good. And then in the first quarter, 6 minutes ago, Brown City defense recovered a fumble. Took over at their own 22-yard line, set them up At the end of the first quarter, it was 8-0, but Brown City had the ball at the 14-yard line in the red zone to start the second quarter. Second down and 7. Jace Halbert, 2-yard TD run, 2-point pass from quarterback Garrett Simpson to Jaden Bennett. That's because that's when, about that time, Lawson Cooper goes out in that second quarter. 11 minutes left, make it 16-0. K-Pac Chiefs, they kind of just shifted things to Jace Halbert to run the ball along with Kaline Mulholland. It was 16-0 at that point. Second quarter, though, K-Pac number 22, Sham Schneider, 5-yard TD run, and number 7, Peyton Frankowiak, a 2-point run. He's a big bruiser there, 16-8, second quarter, 6:43 to go. Brown City bounces back. Quarterback Garrett Simpson, a 1-yard TD run and 2-point pass, no good, making it 22-8, second quarter, 2 minutes left in that. With 33 seconds left, Brown City defense steps up, got a defensive pick 6, making it 30-8. Number 33, Carden Hagee, 85-yard TD interception to pick 6, 2-point run good by Kaline Mulholland. You're thinking here, Mike and Scott, yeah, at the half, it's 30-8, coming out feeling pretty good. K-Pac Chiefs, they dug in. Sam Schneider, he started going to that Wildcat, direct snap, 7-yard TD run after a nice drive they had, making it 30-16 in the third quarter, 6.5 to go. At the end of the third quarter, 30-16, still a 14-point lead, comfortable lead.
Right.
One more quarter to go, right? Quarterback, number 1, Brody Tesnell, a 1-yard TD run. Sam Schneider, 2-point run, good as well, making it 30-24 and 9:23 to go. That was a long, sustaining drives we had from both teams at that point. But Sam Schneider had a 1-yard TD run that be down by 2, 32-30 with 6:23 to go. K-Pac Special Teams recovered a fumble kickoff return after they scored that previous touchdown to the Brown City 25-yard line. Short field right there. You're pretty much in the red zone to take that. Brown City, though, was able to get a touchdown finally in the second half, making it 38-32, 2:35 mark in the fourth quarter. Jace Halbert, second touchdown of the night, 35-yard TD run, a big one. 2-point run was good by quarterback Garrett Simpson. You got to feel good with 2.5 minutes to go. You're leading 38-32, 6 minutes to go. But Sam Schneider and K-Pac utilized some good timeouts, had some big runs. Sam Schneider with a 6-yard TD run, and he got the 2-point run with 53 seconds to go, 40-38 at that point. I think Brown City ran out of timeouts as well. Couldn't run out of bounds to stop the clock because they had a play left there. He was able to do it, just couldn't do it in time. K-Pac, man, comes away with a big win, 40-38, and move on to go take on Kingston. You had some notes here about Sam Schneider.
Well, I just wanted to, we have Scott on the air here. You know, Kingston obviously played K-Pac back in week 2, 42-0 victory. Obviously, we know that Coach Hartzell's not going to overlook anybody. They, especially at this point in the playoffs. But I think for the players, the fact that K-Pac went out and beat Deckerville and went out and beat Brown City, that kind of opens your eyes and like, okay, this is not the same team that we played in week 2. So I agree with you. I think Kingston's defense will do a great job limiting Schneider, although he was incredibly impressive. But real quick on for the Tuscola guy, Sam Schneider in 10 games this season, he has rushed for at least 100 yards 8 times. He's run for at least 200 yards 5 times. And against Dryden, he rushed for a school record 344 yards. The only 2 times he did not reach 100 yards rushing in the win against Mayville, and I don't know if he was injured or what, but he had 10 carries for 4 yards against Mayville, and then all the way back in week 2 against Kingston, 11 carries, 30 yards. So Kingston, again, this is a different K-Pac team. Maybe they weren't utilizing Schneider in the Wildcat as much as they did against Brown City or, against Deckerville or even Peck in week 9. But I think, I'm going to sound like Coach Hartzell, but the defensive coordinator there, Coach Pierce, I'm sure he's going to have
Build
a great
website
game
you
plan.
love.
Sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm just really looking forward to this game, Scott. I'll be listening in, I'll be covering some district volleyball, but I'd like to sneak over there afterwards. But in the meantime, I'll be listening to you guys on the way over. Who will be in the booth with you?
Landon will be back this week.
Okay, cool.
So,
Scotty and
he will be. Yeah. Yeah, but I was looking at K-Pack a little bit here earlier, obviously, when I was doing my preview, and I noticed they have this other running back, too. Is it Frankowiak? I hope.
Yes, Peyton Frankowiak. He's a train, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping my I guess Polish would pay off a little bit there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like, you can't focus just on Schneider because they have another option there. He didn't score any touchdowns, but it sounded like they didn't need him to.
Right.
So, but like you said, you can't key on him, and with Schneider, maybe I'm sure they'll have a game plan for their run game. Did they pass the ball at all? Really, K-Pack?
Yeah, they had a pick six, but there's 20 yards passing total. 13 and 7-yarder. But Tesnow did throw a pick six. He did come out of the game when Schneider went to in the Wildcat, but he can't pass. He's done a couple passes.
He is a good player, yeah.
He can throw touchdowns. He had a couple of passing touchdowns. He had 36 yards passing on 2 attempts as well. Schneider had, according to my stats, 217 yards rushing. He had 4 touchdowns in the game. Brody Tesnow did have a rushing touchdown himself. And Peyton Frankowiak, we talk about him, he had 105 yards rushing. He had big runs of 28 yards, 16 yards, and 17 yards, and a couple of chunk yards like 5.5, 4.9, 4.66 yards. So, yeah, he can bust a hole, but then when you get that many yards, and you have Sam Schneider to back that up, he can pick those big yards himself because his lowest yardage was none of his rushes were a loss of yards, maybe just 0. The others were 1 and above, and he was averaging at least over 3 to 4+ yards average-wise. So,
wow.
Well,
I mean,
Scott, I'm sure you haven't seen K-Pack in person this season, I would imagine.
No.
Some size.
I hadn't either. So when I saw them getting ready against Brown City, I thought Peyton Frankowiak, I thought he was Sam Schneider because this kid was humongous, and we had been seeing the big stat lines that he was putting up every week, and I'm like, well, that must be Sam Schneider. No, Sam Schneider is about 5'5", and
maybe shorter.
Maybe short. He looks like Eddie Fury with a Chiefs jersey on.
It's a little bit thicker, muscular.
Right.
So Barry Sanders legs.
Obviously, we're pulling for Kingston, and I'm hoping you'll have a good game to call. But Sam Schneider, very impressive kid.
I now, I forgot about Kingston, but you can't forget about K-Pack.
Right.
All right. So,
yeah.
Jace Halbert go ahead.
No, just obviously, you can't overlook anybody at this time of the year, and the confidence that K-Pack keeps building every week is just something you can't ignore.
So for the Brown City Green Devils here, Mike, Jace Halbert, according to my stats, 154 yards on 20 carries, had 2 touchdowns in this game. He really showed up in this game. Kaline Mulholland, 95 yards, 17 carries, had a touchdown. Garrett Simpson, the quarterback, 26 yards rushing. They didn't pass very much, kept it on the ground for the most part. And Cardin Hagee, give credit to him, despite the loss, had that defensive interception, and boy, that was a catalyst for Brown City, but this just could not hold on. You realize how important Lawson Cooper is as a linebacker defensively on both sides of the ball and as quarterback. But, I think Brown City will be okay next year, you think? Or
it was a pretty big senior class, but they'll be fine.
All right, so good luck to Brown City, of course, in the future. We hope to cover them. Scotty, your game of the week is Kingston against K-Pack, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like I said, I'm excited. And real quick, the reason why I brought up the passing thing was when Kingston played Deckerville, when Deckerville was getting bottled up a little bit as far as running the ball against Kingston's defense, they decided to throw it, and they were able to find success with that. Flanagan obviously has an arm on him. So it was I was just curious to see if that's a backup plan that K-Pack can go to, but kind of browsing through K-Pack's stats, doesn't look like they throw the ball much, but I guess when you have a runners, I should say, like they do, you don't really have to go to the pass game, but we'll see if Kingston can shut that down and maybe force them to get a little uncomfortable and do some stuff they're not used to doing.
Yeah.
So, Scotty, buddy, I did do that K-Pack Deckerville game in Week 8. So I'll use some of my prep there and piece things together for you, and I'll pass that word on to you for K-Pack because it's a little hard to understand in the huddle because they told me where to look for the actual total yards. So I'll get that ready for you and send it off to you, too, as well.
Thank you.
So I'll get that.
Appreciate it.
So always looking out for you, buddy. I appreciate you looking out for us as well. So, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, I wanted to wish all the volleyball teams good luck this week in districts, and congratulations to all of our all skaters. Brody Karg up at Harbor Beach, runner-up. A couple top 5. I had a couple, good finishers over here. Nora Kiley from Kingston, top 5. So shout out to her. And Carson Burgess did a great job down there for Brown City representing. So just a fun day down there, and showing up, and the thumb showing out and showing that they that we're the sports writers are not representative, and that they can run up here. So
yeah. All right, thank you, Scotty.
All right,
you guys are welcome. We'll talk to you soon. I'm sure.
Scotty, are you going up north for this this big deal?
I want to, Eddie, but I just got invited to a dual signing over at USA on Monday at 6:00. I don't think they realize that the 10th is a very pivotal day in the history of Michiganders, and that they should have pushed the signing to the 11th. But
yeah, hopefully people show up to the signing. I mean, I feel like a lot of people will be mourning.
I'm going to be at the signing. It's going to hit 7:00, and I'm like, "Yep, the main hatchway just gave it, guys."
Well, I'm playing a little.
And I'm going to be interviewing the girls, and they're going to be like, "What? Like, what's wrong with this? What are you talking about?"
I'm playing a little acoustic version of the Wreck the Edmund Fitzgerald for you. So as we go out,
I appreciate it. That's great exit music. So I appreciate that.
All right, Scott Bolsby on 92.1. Tune into that. That's a Friday night game. It's the K-Pac Chiefs at the Kingston Cardinals, and your coverage starts at what time again?
6:30 pregame.
All right. Thank you, Scotty.
Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, Scott.
I like this version too.
Yeah, it didn't sound.
At first, you didn't, couldn't it? Because you got to have that guitar and the echo. But
yeah, I need some Gordy.
Yeah. All right. So if he's not going, I'm going to go by myself now.
Well, it's going to be an emotional weekend for you. Maybe you need some time alone.
Be up there all by. I could cancel though. Do you think I should still do this?
Well, for the listeners,
I have a dream.
Since Eddie and I are just having a normal conversation here.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the listeners what your plan is for the anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
It's the 50th.
Yes.
Commemoration memorial.
Yes.
And they're going to do a special ceremony at Whitefish Point, which I visited several times every time I go up to the Quantum.
Mm-hmm.
And then when somebody had muttered, and I had forgotten about it, in Paradise one day, I'm at the party store. Somebody goes, if you go to Whitefish Point, it's the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum. And I go, what? The Edmund Fitzgerald?
Yeah. Yep.
And my wife just looked at me like, oh, no.
All right.
So we were there the whole day on that beach. I was looking at every little nook and cranny of everything.
And
I was just telling her, and I was actually talking like a sailor to my wife. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they left me there, by the way.
Oh, I wonder why.
She came back 2 hours later. She goes, are you ready to go? I goes, what do you mean? I'm halfway done.
Yeah. So your plan was to go back up there this weekend.
I want to go up there after, I would have to leave after the Deckerville football game, which is all the way down near Toledo here almost.
Right. That's a big
And then
drive.
travel through the UP and maybe do a broadcast up from the Whitefish Point. But they're actually doing something late in the afternoon. They won't do it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Doing something in the afternoon, and they think they're doing something private for the family.
Okay.
This year is the 50th anniversary, and we've been so obsessed about this,
We have been, yes.
Yeah, so.
Well, listeners, if you would love to see some coverage of Eddie Fury and the Edmund Fitzgerald, go ahead and reach out to us. Let's see if we can get our guy up there.
Whitefish Point, and it's, of course, north of Paradise, which is near the Quantum. So, I do have a place to stay. I could cancel, but, I just had this feeling, oh boy, if Deckerville doesn't get this home game, I'm going to be some travel. So, yeah. All right. We have a great long discussion there. We got a couple games to talk about. One final game or two before we wrap things up here on Thumb Sportsline. We'll be right back here. I am Eddie Fear. That's Mike Gallagher here on Thumb Sportsline Tuesday.
Tackle those tough cutting jobs with steel products from your nearest Tri-County equipment location. Save $50 on the Steel MS 250/18 chainsaw. Buy the Steel MS 172 CE model for only $249. It comes with Steel Easy to Start and Quick Stop, diagnostic socket, and many other features. Tri-County equipment cuts the cost of cutting with the MSA 70 CB12 chainsaw, sale tagged at $399. And it comes with a free battery valued at $179.99. You can also save big on steel blowers. The BRX 800X Magnum is reduced $50 to $599. Many other specials too. Hurry, these deals good for a limited time only at your steel dealer. Tri-County Equipment in Sandusky, Marlette, Bad Axe, Carroll, Lapeer, Fenton, Burton, Reese, Birch Run, Saginaw, and Auburn Hills.
Tri-County Equipment.
Thank you for calling Global Mobile. Please hold.
No, wait, I just need to.
Thank you for calling Global Mobile. Your call is important to us. Please hold forever.
No, not again. I can't handle this. I feel like my head is going to explode.
Big mobile carrier headaches got you down? At Thumb Cellular, we say not in our neck of the woods. We're all about keeping things simple and stress-free. At Thumb Cellular, you'll get friendly, local customer care. No robots, no endless menus, just real local people who care. With hassle-free plans that are easy to understand, plus phones and service for every budget, you'll never feel left out. And with amazing coverage and crystal clear call quality, you'll stay connected wherever life takes you. And right now at Thumb Cellular, double your trade-in value when you purchase a new device. Or score a free smartphone with a new line activation or upgrade. Get the details by visiting your local Thumb Cellular location in Bad Axe, Caro, Pigeon, or Sandusky. But hurry, these deals are only good until December 31st, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Thumb Cellular, the local talk of the thumb.
Can't wait to communicate with you on the talk of the phone cellular.
Hello, radio listeners. This is Mike from More Motors. A vehicle purchase can be frightening for some, but here at More Motors, we make sure that we turn the anxiety meter down to zero. Here at More, unlike city dealers, we will not charge you a prep fee. What we care about here at More is giving you a great buying experience, and helping you pick the right vehicle is a big part of that. Here at Moore's, we constantly get vehicles in that aren't here long enough to advertise. So please call us and tell us exactly what you're looking for in case it's not in stock. Our staff is ready to take care of you before, during, and most importantly, after the sale.
Todd Bowers here with More Motors of Caro. We offer the best prices with the best customer service in the thumb. At More Motors of Caro, we check all of the available discounts and incentives on your behalf and give you the best price right away. No funny business, just honesty, transparency, and fairness to everyone who visits our showroom. Visit More Motors of Caro, knowing you're in good hands before, during, and after the sale. Come see why your friends and neighbors have been driving to Caro for over 60 years.
Liberty Lanes and Sandusky salutes the area athletes for their accomplishments and academic achievements. On your way to or from the game, come on into Liberty Lanes for a pizza or one of the many tasty entrees on the menu. Enjoy their Friday fish specials and come back for the Sunday brunch. Liberty Lanes also has banquet facilities available. For information or to place an order to go, call 810-648-9860. That's 810-648-9860. Liberty Lanes, your family dining and bowling center in West Park, Sandusky, serving you for more than 40 years. You can find Liberty Lanes on Facebook.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
All right, welcome to Thumb Sportsline and the Harbor Beach Pirates. The autumn wind was in the air there as they defeated the Reese Rockets at home last week on Friday. WLBW Sports covered this game and appreciate Clark Ramsey sending the stat report. Go to WLBW Sports to see the recaps and other recaps of their games on their website. And, of course, their live coverage will include the Harbor Beach Pirates going up against the Unionville-Seaboing Patriots this coming Friday night. 14 points scored in the first quarter, 14 more in the second, 14 in the third. But Reese held them to 7 points in the fourth because Reese got their 8 points at that point. Man, what a win for the Harbor Beach Pirates to take down the Reese Rockets. Congrats to the Reese Rockets making it to the playoffs as well. They had 35 carries, 147 yards that the Harbor Beach defense limited to. They did have a fumble. They did have an interception, so some takeaways. It was a rushing touchdown that they had, 54 yards passing, 7 completions on 15 attempts. For the Reese Rockets, leading rusher Deegan Carter, 109 rushing yards, 17 carries, had a touchdown. And second leading rusher was Trey Johnson with 19 yards and Steele Stricker with 19 yards for the Reese Rockets. For Harbor Beach, Rogan Messing, 129 yards rushing, 11 carries, 3 touchdowns. Keegan Postivio, 119 yards, 5 carries, 2 touchdowns. And Caden Buchholz, 5 carries, 48 yards, the quarterback with 1 touchdown. Andrew Caban, 21 yards rushing on 2 carries. Drew Nickran, 9 yards, 1 carry. Luke Bisher, 3 yards, 1 carry. They took care of business here. Passing-wise, 36 yards passing for Caden Buchholz. Quarterback, 1 completion on 2 attempts. But it was all running here for the Harbor Beach Pirates. 326 total rushing yards and 28 carries. 6 touchdowns on the ground as they will go up against the USA Patriots. We talked about them, how they ran all over the Genesee Wolves. 64-14 victory for USA. We had alluded to them earlier. Patriots began with the ball. Wasting no time. Bryson Finkbeiner, or is it Biner?
Finkbeiner.
Great field position, a long run, and the drive kept up by a 20-yard TD run by Noah Howard. Brady Green converting the 2-point conversion, and the Patriots were leading early. After a 3-and-out, Davis Peters found Tristan Thompson for a 10-yard TD pass for USA. USA's Maddox Nitz caught an interception on defense against Genesee quarterback. Next drive ended in a 6-yard TD run by Brady Green, who has just been a fantastic running back, the cat last year for the USA Patriots. They got a 2-point conversion pass to Blake Sackon. Biner found the end zone for 16 yards out. Before the first quarter ended, it was 31-0 after the first quarter. So, just a great display of running offense here for the USA Patriots to get this win against Genesee. But now they're up against the Harbor Beach Pirates, 10-0 overall. Undefeated. They beat all the top teams that has come at them. Even went out and defeated Ottawa Lake Whiteford. And defeated all the best teams in the Big Thumb White Division as well. The actually tri-champions. They beat them all.
Beat all 3 of them.
So they won 3 different conference championships, you could say. On top of that, unofficial ones. Harbor Beach Pirates have only allowed 77 points and have scored 414 points. USA, and defensively, you just got to stop the run here. But Harbor Beach Pirates also have their well-balanced offense if they have to, from the spread or in the wing tee.
Well, and looking at the stat report from WLEW Sports and Clark Ramsey, Benson Harper, 3 tackles and an interception. So still maybe, easing back into it again. A pretty lopsided score. Probably didn't play a whole lot in the second half, but still making plays, interception. And I'm looking forward to seeing him fully unleashed in the upcoming games.
Yeah, final score 49-8 for Harbor Beach over Reese, and Unionville-Seaboing defeating Genesee in their district semifinal 64-14. So that's your Division 8 Region 2 District 2 championship game. Harbor Beach Pirates hosting Unionville-Seaboing on a Friday night.
and that will be the game of the week for WLEW Sports.
That's right. So check that out. All right. We'll be right back to wrap things up here. Can you believe that?
Well, we got a lot to talk about, but yes, we'll be wrapping it up.
Yeah,
yes,
a little bit.
We'll be wrapping it up, but yes.
A little bit here because we do have a team to talk about. That was my game of the week for high school air player football.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I still want to talk a little bit about Brown City,
Okay. All right.
Just put a bow on the season.
You want to do that right now then instead?
Yeah, we might as well. I think I don't want to take anything away from K-Pac.
Yeah.
And, Brown City did have a 30-8 lead at halftime, so you can't put all the blame on Lawson Cooper's injury. But do you feel if Lawson Cooper was playing in that game, Brown City holds on for the win? I just, and it wasn't so much offensively because I think Simpson did a great job at quarterback taking over, and Mulholland had a great game, Halbert had a great game, but I think it was more, they missed him more defensively.
Mm-hmm.
They missed him in the box making tackles.
Yeah.
And especially when you consider Schneider moves to the Wildcat position, I feel like Cooper would have really helped them out in that situation.
And by the way, Schneider played defense too, and they were both playing basically spying on each other.
Right.
They were both on each other defensively.
Right.
So,
and that's not to take anything away from the Brown City team or K-Pac, but because everybody kind of stepped up and played well for Brown City. Simpson did great, Halbert, all those guys. Carden Hagee, senior, that's a great moment for him. But I do think things maybe go a little bit differently with Lawson Cooper in there just because of his experience, his defensive ability. But as you know, Eddie, on this show, we love the K-Pac Chiefs because they always send us results. They've sent us results since we started the show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now it's become personal because they defeated Brown City. But no,
they defeated Dackerville.
Yeah,
and then remember, Kingston defeated K-Pac. K-Pac's thinking they're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Now they want another crack at Kingston, and they're going to want a crack against Kingston. And
right.
Like I said, you got to look out for these guys. They have you saw the size they had in this team.
Yes,
so.
And we were kind of tallying this up during the news break at 6 o'clock. Sam Schneider on the season, 187 carries, 1,723 yards, 26 touchdowns. He set the school record for rushing yards in a game against Dryden. He had 344 yards. But the past, let's say, 4 games, Memphis, 6 carries, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns. Deckerville, 33 carries, 225 yards, touchdown. Peck, 18 carries, 250 yards, 5 touchdowns. Brown City, 33 carries, 236 yards, 4 touchdowns. K-Pac has, again, not a team that we cover too closely, but they might have found the recipe for success, and that is get the ball in Sam Schneider's hands by whatever means possible. But I do want to say great run for this senior group at Brown City. A lot of the seniors have been on varsity for 3 seasons, and during those 3 seasons, Brown City has put up a 25-5 record, and they won a conference championship. But Lawson Cooper, he's been a 4-year starter at quarterback. I remember back to that first season when it was Kyle Affer and Clint Ford, and he didn't really do much. He kind of just handed the ball off, made the fakes, and to see the player that he grew into being, not only just offensively, defensively as well. But he finishes his career with a 35-7 record, including a regional and league championship. And then Coach Aaron Cooper, we don't want to speculate or whatever, but if this is, if this was his last game, there was talks that maybe he would, be done when Lawson was done. If it was his last game at Brown City, he finishes his Brown City career with a 55-48 overall record. He is second overall in Brown City football history for most wins. He passed Dick Van Drew this season, who was 51-41-1 in 11 seasons. Jerry Steigerwald is the all-time winningest coach at Brown City, who was 78-19 in 10 seasons. And on that same note, Cooper, in terms of Sanilac County football coaches, Cooper would he is at least tied for 10th most wins in Sanilac County football history with Rick Tank. Rick Tank from Sandusky was 55 and 54. Aaron Cooper again 55 and 48. Mm-hmm. And for these last, what do we got? 30 seconds.
Well, I do have. Go ahead.
I just wanted to play a little trivia. I wanted to see if you wanted to try and guess any of the other coaches in the top 10.
For what?
For most wins in Sanilac County football history.
Bill Brown.
Bill Brown, number 1.
In football?
In football.
In Sanilac County.
In Sanilac County.
Boy, this is a.
I'll give you a hint.
Jacobson?
Craig Jacobson. You got one. You got 2.
Rob McDaniel?
Rob McDaniel. You got 3.
Well, you did mention him, right? We got Aaron Cooper, right?
Aaron Cooper. I'll give you Jerry Steigerwald. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name. He was before my time.
All right.
We talked about him earlier.
What's that?
A relative of Eddie Fury.
Oh, Bob Scavage.
Of course.
By far. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think Bill Brown surpassed him, right? For
of course. Bill Brown is first overall.
Yeah, first overall.
I'll give you one more hint. This coach is active.
An active coach in Sanilac County?
Yep.
Active coach in Sanilac County.
He's number 3.
For what? The most?
Most wins.
Is that Croswell? Well, you mean a current coach?
An active coach, yes.
Oh, an active coach.
Current coach.
Oh, boy. I already said Peck, right? But, well, he's not active, but
right.
You're asking an active coach.
Yep. He's an active coach, and he's third most. He has the third most wins all time in Sanilac County.
In Sanilac County.
History. Yep.
And he's still coaching.
Still coaching.
Well, did I already mention Aaron Cooper, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just go through the schools.
I am going. We got Carsonville. Then
nope.
No. Peck. We already mentioned.
Yep.
Yeah, that was. There's Brown City.
You're going to be mad when you finally get it.
Deckerville. I am going to be mad because I'm mad right now. So, Croswell Lexington, right?
Nope, there is a Croslex name on there.
Oh.
But he's not active. He's not actively coaching.
Okay, you're active coach. For football, right?
Yep.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, you're just trying to kill time. Denny Lester, Marlette.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
Third most. Jason Vandermaas.
I'm in playoff mode right now.
Yeah. So number 1, Bill Brown. Number 2, Jim Waldo, who coached at Deckerville, Peck, and Marlette. Number 3, Denny Lester, Marlette. Number 4, Jason Vandermaas.
I misunderstood the question, like during the playoffs still. So, yeah.
I tried, man.
Okay.
The only other one that wasn't mentioned was Bob Liberty at Peck.
Oh, okay. So you're saying all time.
Yes.
All time wins. Okay. Now, well, you were jumping around there. So, by the way, Sam Schneider, he has now 1,704 rushing yards and 26 rushing TDs for K-Peck. All right, when we come back, we got Deckerville recap to talk about. As our discussion went a little long here, so, with Scotty, but that's okay. I thought this would be over by 8. Not happening.
No, maybe next week.
We'll be right back here on Thumb Sportsline.
Celebrating over 50 years on the air. This is AM 660 WMIC Sandusky and 95.3 FM W237 EQ Sandusky.
Welcome back to Thumb Sportsline on WMIC 95.3 FM and streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. We will also be have this in podcast replay form later tonight or possibly by early morning tomorrow. Plenty of time to lead up to the football games and playoffs come Friday and Saturday. Our game of the week, it is the Deckerville Eagles at Britton Deerfield. That's a road game for Deckerville. A long drive. More than worth it here for Division II Region 4 championship game. Deckerville Eagles, though, escape with a win over the Morris Orioles, 27-26 in this game. And this just had so much drama, so much ups and downs to this game for both teams here. But what a classic here, Mike. You were at that game. I was at that game. So,
and, real quick, before we get into the Deckerville-Morris game, I do want to make mention of this. I'm sure Bill Brown will be upset that I'm doing it or that I posted about it on Facebook earlier today. But with the win, Bill Brown improved to 269-90 overall. That puts him at the 20th most all-time wins in MHSAA football history, which is incredible. So I just want to make note of that. But yes, this game was fantastic. It was it lived up to the hype. This was a Morris team that was in the state finals last year. This was a Deckerville team that was in the state finals last year, and it ends up being a first-round matchup. The fact that it's a tough draw for Deckerville first round. Now, granted, they did get the home field advantage, but you're starting the season off with a team that was in the state championship last season, and it's hopefully it gets easier from here. But Britton Deerfield, I mean, they seem to be pretty impressive as well.
All right, so the scoring start in this game, Deckerville Eagles, do believe, got the kickoff to receive the ball first.
Yep.
To start things off, and
first play
of the game.
Yeah.
Brandon Salowitz, a 67-yard TD run, and the PAT kick good by Mark Donker made it 7-0. 11:45, just 15 seconds off the clock on the very first play. Cooper Brown, freshman, coming in as quarterback under center for the Deckerville Eagles in that game. Then it was 7-7 at the 2:38 mark in the first quarter. Austin Gutting, number 9, 5-yard TD run. PAT kick was good by Mix Horvaten.
Eddie, watching Salowitz rip off that big touchdown run to start the game, you kind of think, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
This is going to be a quick one. It's going to be over fast. You have to give credit to Morris because they responded with a 19-play drive to tie the game back up. They chewed up clock. They didn't have many big plays, but they made enough plays to drive down the field and tie the game. And that's when you realized, okay, Morris, they're good. We got ourselves a ball game.
That was 7-7 tie at that point with 2:38 to go in the first quarter. But then a mere 90 seconds later, Deckerville takes the lead again, 14-7. Brandon Salowitz, a 29-yard TD run, and the PAT kick was good by Mark Donker. Into the first quarter, it's 14-7 at that point. Deckerville feeling good here by the second quarter, time-consuming here, but both teams, 7:44 mark. Number 33, Cooper Brown, the freshman quarterback, a 15-yard TD pass to Jesse Kaboski, who had made a great adjustment on that as he fell back into the end zone, I believe. PAT kick was no good, but it was 20-7 to lead at the 7:44 mark in the second quarter.
I think you're getting the Kabaki's other catch.
Yes, probably the one that hit the helmet.
Yes, that was an incredible catch.
Yeah.
The touchdown catch, he was wide open, and you could see the play developing.
Yeah,
and he
had some good separation.
He had some separation immediately, and it was a great job by Cooper Brown because as I was watching the play, when they put Kabaki out there like that, you can kind of tell, okay, they're going to try and find him. And so I was kind of watching Kabaki the whole time, and immediately separation. And, so I got my camera on him, and I'm not even looking at Cooper Brown. But perfect ball. And, that's with a freshman quarterback, you're trying to ease him into the game. You're trying to put him in situations where he can be successful. Well, that's a great play by a senior wide receiver to help out his freshman quarterback, getting him an opportunity to throw a basically wide open touchdown pass.
Yeah. And then Deckerville wasn't done. They get the ball back, 27-7, 4 seconds left. Brandon Salowitz, a 1-yard TD run. His time was winding down. No timeouts.
There was no timeouts, yes. And they actually got stopped at first.
Yeah. The play was set up. I kind of misworded this on Twitter. Was set up on a 4th and 3 reception for Jesse Kaboski.
That was the big. That was the
helmet
acrobat.
From the 32 to the 4-yard line, they hurried up and got to the line. They did that on 4th down. Got it in for the touchdown to make it 27-7 or 4 seconds left, and that's basically what it was at 27-7. You got to feel good. 20-point lead against Morris at the half there.
So all season we've been talking about, and this happened last year as well, but Deckerville is so good at scoring right before the end of the first half, and that's the perfect way to go into halftime with a score. But for this situation, it was a little bit tougher because there was no timeouts, and Cooper Brown he did a good job of trying to get in on the first one, but gets stopped at the goal line, and then you kind of start panicking a little bit because the clock is ticking, and you got to hurry up, you got to get reset, you got to get the call in, and I'm thinking Morris probably expected Cooper Brown to run the same play. Run the same play because you have no time basically to make any adjustments. But that was a great job by Deckerville. That was a great job by Bill Brown, and a great job by Solowitz because that ended up being a very important touchdown.
Yeah, him being in the backfield, he ended up being the de facto captain in the backfield at least on the offense, being the most experienced there. So at the half, Solowitz had 119 yards rushing at that point and 3 touchdowns. Cooper Brown had some touches. 10 yards on 3 carries as well. Those are your only 2 rushers. For Cooper Brown, he had 61 yards, according to our stats, 4 for 5, and a touchdown pass to Kabashki.
In the first half?
Yes, in the first half.
Yep.
Receiving-wise, also, Brandon Solowitz had 19 yards receiving. He caught both targets for 19 yards. And then Jesse Kabashki had 42 yards receptions on 2. So
2 huge catches for him.
One for a touchdown, I believe.
Yeah.
And then he had that, first down.
Yes.
To get that first down marker. So that's at the half yards there. Deckerville defense holding the Morris Orioles at just 70 yards rushing at that point and 64 yards passing. Got to feel good. I mean, they have a pretty good offense at that point,
Well, and we've said this so many times about Deckerville. Morris had a size advantage against Deckerville. We've seen Deckerville go into so many games as the undersized team, and it doesn't seem to matter. And, Deckerville did a great job of stopping the run in the first half, which leads to some halftime adjustments for Morris. And you got to give the Orioles a ton of credit because things started to click offensively. And it wasn't big plays, but it was these bubble screens, short passes, and just, slowly moving down the field. And they got back into it.
Yeah, they're down 27-7 at this point at the half. Morris comes out in the third quarter, 1:29 left because there were some time-consuming drives, but they forced Decker with a punt.
Right.
Defensively, Morris was making some big stops in Deckerville.
Right.
Quarterback, Griffin Long, 12-yard TD pass to number 4, Wyatt Valentine. PAT kick was blocked, and this was a critical special teams play by Brandon Solowitz. This is a key as we go down here. 27-13 is your score at that point. Still a 14-point lead in the third quarter, 1:29 left. You got to feel pretty good there. In the fourth quarter, 9:23 mark, Morris scores 27-20 on a 4th and 10. Griffin Long, 49-yard TD pass to brother Ali Long. PAT kick was good by number 42, Max Horvatin. And then Deckerville, defensive interception by Danny Kenny, who was all over the field for tackles.
Danny Kenny had a humongous game for the
brought
Eagles.
Up from JV, we're going to start off here at varsity on the secondary defense, and I kept calling his name a lot on tackles or defense.
How many tackles do you think he had, Eddie?
Scott had at least 16, 17.
He had 19 total tackles, 14 solo tackles, and an interception. What a huge performance from that kid.
So Deckerville gets the interception. Number 1, Danny Kenny. They take over at the 42-yard line. It's 27-20 at that point, 4:54 to go. But Deckerville offense fumbles the ball away. Brandon Solowitz just has that carry, but he was on top of the pile. That gave an opportunity for 3 different Morris Orioles to go in and try to rip it out. Mm-hmm. He's still technically not down. He was still moving his legs, and the ball comes out. The Morris defense recovers the fumble, takes over at their own 46-yard line. 2:35 to go in the game. It's 27-20. And then I do believe Morris scores at that point. This is where I kind of get mixed up. I did fix it. 1:35 mark in the fourth quarter. Griffin Long, a 5-yard TD run. They go for the 2-point run. It is no good at the 1:35 mark. It is 27-26. And I think they tried to get the ball back at that point.
They
did
get
the ball back.
The ball back, yes.
But then just the time wasn't there.
They forced a Deckerville punt.
Yes, they did, but they
threw it. They threw it to the end zone. They had the game-winning touchdown.
Yep, they had it. They had a touch on the Wyatt Valentine, but he got called for a flag.
Offensive
for a
pass interference.
Off. Yeah. And by that time, they had no timeouts left, I believe. So
right.
So yeah, they got the ball back. They had all their timeouts. They kept, they made a good stop there, forcing Decker with a punt, and they just drove down the field. They got into deep, though, not into the true, I think, red zone, was it? A little bit far out, but they threw that touchdown. You thought it was caught, and yeah, he caught it. It just was not. It was called. It was pulled away. They did not call the touchdown. They said it was an offensive pass interference on Morris, and Deckerville hangs on, winning 27-26 with the win, a 1-point win. And again, you go back to that block hit by Brandon Solowitz. Well, they went. I was kind of curious, why don't you go for the tie? Maybe guarantee yourself, because they had all momentum. Deckerville doesn't score at all in the second half.
Right.
So, but props to both teams. They fought hard, and gutsy call there by Morris for going for the 2-point conversion, where they could have gone for the 1 point at least. But you realize, had they had that extra point, it's 27-27. They have that touchdown. They kick that extra point. Hey, they're leading 28-27. It's a whole different look to this game.
Well, and I mean, after you get an extra point blocked by Brandon Solowitz, maybe you think twice about kicking another one. But just real quick, the Morris, the adjustments that they made in the second half, this final stat line for the quarterback from Morris, he was 38 of 60 for 365 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the interception by Kenny. So I mean that they're a great team, they're a great program. They made some great second half adjustments, and talking to Coach Bill Brown, he said, maybe I got a little too conservative in the second half.
He said complacent to us too. So yeah.
Oh, complacent. Okay, that's a good word for it too.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to Cooper Brown, and you want to put him in situations where he is going to be successful. And I think you're at the point now where you can really trust this kid. He's proven that, he can do the things that you need him to do at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
He was working out a shotgun. He did the I formation.
And you had this veteran team taking care of him too.
Exactly.
He did get hit a couple times, man. He got rocked near the end there.
Yeah.
He was okay. Came back in the game.
He's a tough kid. And, I think that's maybe a lesson learned for Bill Brown, or maybe, something where, okay, if we're going to win, we're going to need Cooper Brown to throw a little bit more in the second half. Yeah. Because, again, that Deckerville has won so many games by getting up big in the first half, and then just running the ball for the entirety of the second half, chewing clock. We saw him do it against Kingston. We've seen it happen plenty of times, and it is a big advantage that Deckerville has. 194
yards total rushing for Brandon Solowitz for the whole game. 24 rushes according to my stats, 3 touchdowns. This is Jonathan Bisher's stats, by the way. He did have that fumble in that second half. He had 3 touchdowns in the game, all in the first half. 87 yards passing for Cooper Brown total. 7 completions out of 8 attempts.
Yeah,
he did have a touchdown pass. Yeah,
efficient. Yeah. It's so crazy, and I know we've talked a lot about Cooper, but it's so crazy to see him out there because he's a freshman.
Yes, and you can tell he looked very much like a freshman. Yeah,
and when you think about Cooper Brown, you think about the kid on the sideline, the ball boy, running out and getting the tee and getting the ball from the officials, and it's just crazy to see him out there now, and he's thriving. And again, Deckerville has put him in situations to be successful, but he's also went out and he's done very, very well. And hopefully, you're able to use him a little bit more offensively going forward, because you have Brandon Solowitz, and if you can give him the ball and have him rush for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, that's totally fine too. But as we get further along in the postseason, these teams are going to be tougher and tougher, and you're going to need a little bit more big plays, I would say maybe, or at least the ability to keep the defense honest with the threat of a pass.
So rushing-wise for Morris in their loss, 27-26, 74 yards rushing at the end for Griffin Long, the quarterback. The Deckerville Eagles defense limited gutting to 37 yards. That's quite low for both these guys throughout the whole regular season. Passing-wise, though, wow, 384 yards by the end of the game for Griffin Long. He had 58 attempts. He completed 37, 384 yards, did have an interception, did turn the ball over. Deckerville also turned it over. He had a touchdown in this game as well.
He was he was a very impressive quarterback, and he handled the defensive pressure from Deckerville extremely well. Because Deckerville, they were getting in the backfield and they were making him move around, but there was also a lot of quick passes.
Yeah.
But defensively for Deckerville, Kenny finished with 19 tackles, 14 solos. Kubaki had 8 solos. Evan Benji had 7 solo tackles. Solowitz, 16 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, tackle for loss, blocked PAT, 3 rushing touchdowns. Trenton Park had a tackle for loss. It just, I know it was an opening round playoff game, Eddie, but in 8-player football, especially in Division II, you right off the bat, you are playing state champion caliber teams. And yeah, Deckerville survived. It was 27-26, but that Morris team, the only loss that Morris had coming into this game was to Portland St. Patrick by a touchdown.
And they're still in the playoffs. Yeah.
Now, Britton Deerfield.
We'll talk about them when we come back from this break here.
Okay, you got some Britton Deerfield stuff.
Yes, I do. We'll come back here on Thumb Sportsline. Deckerville will take on Britton Deerfield. When we come back, we'll talk about Britton Deerfield in just a moment.
Cool.
Hi, this is Steve Kohler from Kohler's Propane. It's that special time of year. The footballs are flying, there are fall festivals, and trips to the cider mills, and many school activities. We would like to thank the many volunteers who work hard to make these special times fun and safe. Whether it's working for a safe harvest, driving safely, and watching for the youngsters on our streets and sidewalks, please do your part to prevent an accident.
And this is Joni. Along with fall comes a reminder that cold weather is on the way. Now is the time to call Kohler's for that fall fill-up. We guarantee your price for 1 full year, offer free tank installation with keep full and budget plans available. For information, call us toll-free 800-572-2191 or visit our website, getkohlers.com.
For more information, call 1-800-572-2191. Kohler Propane in Brown City, Memphis, and Bad Axe. And remember,
nobody gives you gas like Kohler's.
From Graf Chevrolet of Sandusky, here's Body Shop Associate Tina Kirk.
If you stumble onto an unfortunate fender bender or deer encounter, the Graf Body Shop is the place to get your work done. We work with most makes and models and have access to all parts necessary to get the job done. We work well with all insurance companies to get the claim handled quickly. Let our certified, experienced technicians that care about your vehicle help get your vehicle looking like nothing ever happened. Rental vehicles can be scheduled upon request and availability. To arrange an estimate, call the Graf Body Shop at 810-648-9850, or you can reach me directly at 810-269-6743. Stop by Graf on M46 in Sandusky for all of your automotive needs.
Graf family, we're making friends.
Sanilac County Broadcasting invites you to dive into the pages of Michigan's history with Thumbing Through the Archives. Join me, Erica Frisbee, and my co-hosts, Mike Gallagher and Nick Lean, as we take a gander at some of the state's most gripping cases from local counties far and wide. We've done our research and are ready to share it with you, our listeners. By the end of it, you're sure to be smitten by the minute. Tune in to 95.3 FM or WMIC 660 AM on Wednesdays from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. for new episodes each week. We can't wait to share some of Michigan's history with you and hope you'll pop by to take a listen.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. results. Libman cleaning products make easy work of even the toughest messes. We carry everything to help you keep your home spotless. Get a $10 instant savings on a single qualifying purchase of $30 or more on Libman products, now through November 9th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
All right, welcome back at Thumb Sportsline. We left off on the Deckerville Eagles recap of their win, 27-26 against the Morris Orioles, who were a state final last year, but lost in state finals in Division II this year. Last year, Deckerville was in Division I, won the state title.
Correct.
Over Pickford. This year, they're in Division II.
Yep.
So now they take on Britton Deerfield this coming Saturday afternoon. That will be our game of the week. Deckerville Eagles at Britton Deerfield. That will be on the road. Pregame starts at 1:30 p.m. Kickoff at 2 p.m. Deckerville on the road at Britton Deerfield. Patriots on WBGV 92.5 FM and streaming online at sanilacbroadcasting.com. Join myself and Jeremy Burgess. You will also be there for coverage.
I will be there.
All right. So the Deckerville Eagles up against Britton Deerfield. Have they met in the past? I'm kind of looking back in history.
They have. I believe it was 2019. They met, and Britton Deerfield came away with a win. And then back in the 90s, they met up in the postseason as well.
Wow. So this is just the third ever meeting.
Yeah.
Overall.
I believe so. Those are at least the two most recent ones.
So you said they met before in 8-player?
Yes. Yep.
Tell me what year was that?
Oh, 2019 maybe.
I don't see it on there. So yeah, I could be wrong. That was Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart. Remember they played.
2021 in the 8-player pre-regional first round of playoffs. They lost to Britton Deerfield 36-14.
Okay, that's going back. That's 4 years ago. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Britton Deerfield this year, good record. Stat-wise, they are more of a running team by far. They are.
I'm interested to see what kind of information you got here because I haven't done my research on Britton Deerfield.
You haven't started yet, right?
I only care about Deckerville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we know Deckerville has somewhat of a balanced offense. They can do it both ways here. For Britton Deerfield, they are 24 of 58 for passing. 538 passing yards. They have 2 interceptions, but have thrown for 8 touchdowns. That's just passing. Now, looking at rushing, going back to week 1, they had 624 rushing yards and 51 carries, so 8 touchdowns over Pittsford, 60-22. Their only loss so far was back in week 2 against a powerhouse who was still in the playoffs, Mendon.
Yep.
That was a close loss, 28-24. They still put up 204 rushing yards and had a touchdown in that game. Overall, after beating Pittsford again in the playoff with 408 rushing yards, and they had 6 touchdowns rushing in that game. They have 4,184 yards rushing total and have 63-yard rushing touchdowns. They're averaging 9.4 yards per carry on 444 carries up to this point now. They beat Adrian Lenaway Christian back on September 26th. That was week 5, 56-18 win there. They had 537 yards rushing in that game, 7 touchdowns. I mean, pretty much they've ransacked through their schedule, other than the fact losing to Mendon in week 2, 28-24. I like that, they had that game on their schedule. Close loss to Mendon in that game. The individuals to look out for here. I did. They were nice enough to send me a roster. I think I forwarded it to you also.
Awesome.
So I think you should have that. If you don't, let me know and I'll get it over to you. But
okay.
Pretty much the leading rusher is a junior. So they have a couple of juniors here that will be back as well next season. Trevor Karpinski is his name. He's a junior. He is the leading rusher with 1,202 yards, 16 touchdowns on 91 carries alone. The second and third leading rushers have 860 yards and 850 yards apiece as well. Another junior, his name is Caden Allshouse. That's for Britton Deerfield. And we have a senior. His name is Liam Rowe. He is the third leading rusher with 853 yards rushing, 15 touchdowns, while Allshouse has 10 rushing touchdowns. Now, the fourth leading rusher has 530 yards and 68 carries. He has 10 touchdowns in the game as well. And his name is, I do believe, Caden Kubaki. And that's for Britton Deerfield. Now, they still have another guy on the roster that has 7 rushing touchdowns. He is a junior. So you have 6 leading rushers, basically 6 powerhouse rushers. Caden Lidster is his name. And pretty much they're just ground and pound. That's just obviously something that Decker has to focus on. I'm really curious of what they're using, if they're doing that 2-back, wing T version of the system there. I'm going to look at tape, finally going to get a chance to watch this tape tomorrow on this team. But the running game is, over 4,000 plus. I mean, man.
Yeah.
It's the running game. And they can't pass if they have to. They have 538 passing yards, but overall 4,184 yards and 63 touchdowns. They do have some receivers on the field that can get it done if they have to. Pretty much your running backs right there. But they do have a senior who leads with 212 receiving yards, and that is Alex Anspach.
Yeah, Eddie, I don't have much to contribute here for the Britton Deerfield scouting report, but just based off the roster that you sent me, and again, we talk about this all the time, Deckerville is going to be undersized against this team. Yes. You look at the bottom portion of this roster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors. Cole Stetler, 6'3", 260. Ooh. Andrew Bunker, 6'5", 260. Julian Day, 6 foot 295. Owen Bates, 6 foot 260, and then as you mentioned, Alex Anspa, 6'5", 205.
So that obviously is your line two right there.
Those are your offensive linemen, yes. Yeah. But again, it doesn't seem to bother Deckerville. Okay. We saw it throughout all of last season. We saw it on Saturday against Morris. Would you agree that Morris definitely had the size advantage on Saturday? I mean,
they did.
They had some big kids.
Yeah.
But
so I think
it doesn't seem to bother Deckerville.
And I think Deckerville going to the 3-man front, and they relied on their speed on their linebackers and their safeties and corners and the secondary to get in there and to get that finishing tackle with the help. You can see Brandon Salowitz and Jesse Kabachki kind of leading that backfield defense and the linebacker and safety positions. They were barking a lot, talking to each other. It was really good communication.
Yep.
And whoever they had for bigs, I know they switched it out on the line a couple of times to get the right matchups.
Yep. So Eddie, I'm going to put you on the spot. We're done with the picks.
Yes.
You won. I'll give you that. I don't know what the final record was, but nice job. I got last place, so pick a day, and I'll have to come in and do swap shop as my punishment. But I'm going to put you on the spot for 2 games. First, Kingston K-Pac. Who you got?
I just like, Kingston's playing a lot of close games there. They
against good teams.
But they hung in there. What, you making me pick this game?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Kingston in this game.
I'm also going to go with Kingston.
But it's going to be
Sam Schneider was
close.
Impressive as hell. He was awesome to watch. And the other huge fullback that they had, he was very impressive. But in that Deckerville and Kingston game, those were the 2 best defenses that I've seen all season in 8-player football. So I'm going with Kingston. Too many offensive weapons, but what a season by K-Pac. And I'm not doing their eulogy just yet because I do think they have a chance because they beat Brown City, they beat Deckerville. They're obviously a legitimate team, and they've been getting better as the season has gone along. Now, second one, Deckerville at Britton Deerfield. Who you got?
I can't do that. I won't do that.
Why not? Because you got called out?
I'm doing the game.
Because you got called out?
No, because I'm doing the game. I don't want to, I don't want to do that.
That's fair. Because
I do the same thing that when it gets to this point, for me, it's being Kurt Herbstreit.
Right.
Which, by the way, thanks, YouTube. Get your crap together so I can get my ESPN back.
Yeah.
Anyways, regardless of that, Kurt Herbstreit won't.
Well, and you don't want.
He won't even do it against his own Ohio State team.
Right, right. And you don't want a Britton Deerfield, fan or coach or whatever hearing it and putting you on their bulletin board. But I'll pick it. I'm picking Deckerville. I'm picking Deckerville by. I'm not going to pick them by 1 point.
I'm just saying I don't know because, man, that's some pretty good size there.
It is. So, it is.
That's probably more size than what Morris had. So
I also think, Eddie, throughout the season, and we don't know, the type of teams that Britton Deerfield has played or the type of teams that Morris played, outside of, Mendon and Portland St. Patrick. We know. But we know who Deckerville's played. We know that Deckerville has played in what I think is the toughest 8-player division in the state with Kingston, with K-Pac, with Brown City, with Bad Axe, with, all these teams. And, Deckerville has come through on the other side of it, and I think they're going to be battle-tested. I think, opening up with a 1-point win over Morris, that's a great way to kick off a great playoff run. I think they're going to have a great week of practice this week. And, every practice that Cooper Brown gets under his belt is only going to make him better going forward. Okay, so that would be our game of the week. On WBGV 92.5 FM, it'll be Britton Deerfield hosting Deckerville Saturday afternoon. 1:30 p.m. is the pregame on 92.5 WBGV. Myself and Jeremy Burgess will be covering that game. And I'll have to decide if I'm still going up to the UP to Whitefish Point after that. After you drive down to Britton Deerfield, I think your decision will be made that you don't want to drive 12 hours up to the UP. Now, had that game enough further north, right? Easy peasy, Right. But this is going to be a very tiring day. So okay, well, we're going to get some feedback from the listeners, and we'll decide what you're going to do this weekend. Okay, and a thank you to our Thumb Sports Writers staff, Paul Adams of the Huron County View, Scott Bolsby, who was our guest today, Tuscola County Advertiser, 92.1 WIDL. They'll have that K-Pac at Kingston game. Christian Selleck, our TSA Athletic Director de facto, Chris Wilcox, his knowledge, Ben Miller, Miller Time Sports, Tom Green here on Daily Tribune, Clark Ramsey, Dave Hansen of WFW Sports, and their fine staff. Ashley Winter-Palmer, our Director of Activities as well. And Jason Parmenter, the Quad and Pro. And Carol Music Shop and Store. Check out his photos here as our official photographer. Yep. For the Thumb Sports Writers Association. Am I forgetting anybody else here? And Mike Gallagher. Brendan Welper. Yep. Helped us out with some stats from the BWAC contest. And a shout out to you, Mike Gallagher. Thank you. Of the Sanilac County News. The issue comes out tomorrow, so check that out. Yeah, and Eddie, on a personal note, I had already talked to you about this, but I found a new place to live. I'll be living in Sandusky, Eddie. So how about that? So now, once Sportsline's over, we can go over to Benchwarmers and have a drink or two. Been a while. And for the people that would like to continue sending me hate mail, just reach out. I will send you my new address, and we can get that back going. Okay, and the MHSAA High School Football Playoffs second round games. Go to the MHSAA.com. But here we go, Division 2. Region 4 championship game, as I said. Deckerville at Britton Deerfield, that's live on Sanilac Broadcasting 92.5. WBGV this Saturday, November 8th, 1:30 p.m. pregame coverage starts. High school 8-player football, Division 1, Region 4 championship game. It's K-Pac at Kingston. These are our Sanilac Broadcasting and TSA coverage area teams. Yep. Division 5, 11-player football. Friday night, Richmond Blue Devils at the Frankenmuth Eagles in the Region 4 District 2 championship game. Division 6 Region 4 District 2 championship game Friday night, Moraine City at the Almont Raiders. Division 7 Region 2 District 2 championship game Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. For all those Thumb area football junkies, you got Ithaca at the Elkton Pigeon Bayport Lakers. Region 4 Division 7 District 2 championship game Friday night, Rochester Hills Lutheran Northwest at Millington. Division 8 Region 2 District 2 championship game. This will be on WWW Sports 102.1 Friday night, 7 p.m. is the kickoff. Unionville Seaboing Patriots at the Harbor Beach Pirates. And don't forget,
The high school girls volleyball playoffs are underway. The district semifinals tomorrow, and district championship games will be on Thursday. There might be one or two on Friday as well. All right. Thank you, Mike Gallagher.
Thank you, Eddie Fury.
Thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Thumb Sports Line here on WMIC 95.3 FM. And a replay of this will be posted either later tonight or by overnight as well. And again, tune in Saturday afternoon, 1:30 p.m., high school player football Division II Region 4 championship game. It is the Deckerville Eagles at the Britton Deerfield Patriots this Saturday, 1:30 p.m. on 92.5 and streaming online at SanilacBroadcasting.com. Thank you for tuning in to another long edition of Thumb Sports Line here on WMIC. You can find a replay on our website at Thumb Sports Line, link at SanilacBroadcasting.com, and also on Spotify and other social handles.